just so real. Already know exactly how you feel. See the head, not like seeing a steeple. You damn well know they're one of the people. Nobody breaks us, 'cause nobody made us, and no one can take this 'cause we got their fix. We are the people, we are the people, we are the people. Don't mess with this. Let's go.
Good morning to you. It is Patrick and the people. Yeah, you have made it to the middle of the week already. That is exciting news, right? Thursday, actually, a day past the middle, huh? Oh, Friday
We
Eve.
made it
Friday
over the
Eve.
hump.
Yeah, we made it over the hump. That's
Woohoo.
right. Marla should be here momentarily. You know how Marla likes to do it. She likes to make an entrance. You know?
right.
So, yeah, she'll be here momentarily. And we've got Mike Poe coming on the show today. Should be very exciting. He is a documentary filmmaker. And we've got a combat sports, an MMA guy, right? Boxing, right?
Yeah. We've got Cody Beck coming.
Yeah, Cody Beck. That's right. I'm very excited about that. He's a trainer as well,
Yeah,
right?
he's a MMA fighter, boxer, boxing trainer. He's actually my trainer.
Oh, okay.
Because I do it, just for. I mean,
Right.
I started off just to get in shape and something fun.
Yeah.
And man, I've been doing it for with him now probably about 4 months. I've been doing it
Really?
all together for about a year.
So what you're doing like the boxing training or MMA?
He does more boxing, and that's what we've been focusing on.
So you
I have
do
done
heavy bags, you do the speed bags,
Yep,
and all that?
heavy bags, and he's just different exercises, and getting the footwork and mechanics down and everything.
I always hear that those workouts are probably as fierce as they get in
dude.
boxing.
I literally, so I go 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yeah.
And it's about an hour, and after the hour, I'm usually like, man, I just got my ass kicked for an
Yeah.
hour. But the feeling afterwards is so like, I can't believe I did all that.
Right.
But yeah, we start off with like 4 hill laps. We usually do 75 crunchers in a day, 25 minutes on the heavy bag. I mean, it's a workout.
It's for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He does
That's a
enough
solid hour right there.
Right. When he comes in, actually, I told him to bring his pads, so maybe we can
Oh,
have you
okay.
either go through a workout or, I can do a
Yeah,
little
that
bit of
sounds
something.
cool, man.
But yeah.
That sounds awesome.
And he also trains kids.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So
A
if
lot
you-
of parents would probably be very interested.
Yeah,
in
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Really
well, yeah,
cool.
we'll definitely talk to him. Well, that sounds really good. Yeah, so it's going to be a great show today. If you don't know, it's about 6:32, and it's kind of cool out there this morning. I think. Let me just double check and see here real quick what that is. Let's see.
It's freaking cold, Patrick.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
42 right now. The high today will be about 60, and that won't happen until about 2 o'clock.
And I know all my Michigan people are going, oh, come
Oh,
on,
that's
42,
nothing.
that's nothing. Yeah.
No, they're in shorts and tank tops
yeah,
at 42 in
they're all-
Michigan,
yeah,
man. They don't give a
flip-flops
damn.
Jumping in the lake,
Yeah, no, that's exactly how that
Yeah.
goes. No, that's why I don't live in Michigan.
I've been spoiled.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Who has outrun the Grim Reaper? Let's start here. Okay. Goldie Hawn. You may know her. She's married to Kurt Russell, famous actress
Yeah.
from yesteryear. She's 79.
Wow.
I know, right?
Kind of surprises me she's still around.
Right. Jenna Malone is 40. You probably know her from The Hunger Games, Donnie Darko. Nicolette Sheridan is 61. The singer Bjork, I don't know if you remember her. She showed up at the Oscars, I think, dressed as a swan or something once. She's 59. Blur bassist Alex James is 56. I think they had the shortest song on radio for some length of time.
Yeah.
Blur did. Yeah, like a 2-minute song. Let's see. Connor Maynard is 32.
Oh.
Sportscaster and former Dallas Cowboy quarterback Troy Aikman is 58. He was actually offered a contract with the New York Mets, but turned it down to play college football.
Huh.
True
Interesting
story.
fact of
Yeah.
today.
NFL All-Star TV personality Michael Strahan, he was with the Giants. He's 53.
Yeah.
And that's probably all that we care about right there. Let's see. The South Carolina woman convicted of killing her 2 young sons by rolling her car into a lake back in 1994 has been denied parole. Susan Smith appeared before the parole board in South Carolina. During the hearing, she said, "I know what I did was horrible." She told police her sons were taken when a guy carjacked her David Smith, her ex-husband and dad, tearfully told Today this week, I just want to tell the parole board that they can't let her out. 30 years is not enough. I mean, this wasn't an accident, a tragic event where she didn't mean to do it. She killed him. At the trial, they argued she was having an affair and said her boyfriend broke off the relationship because of her children. Man, it's terrible. Fans of the iconic Christmas movie, A Christmas Story, have a place to stay in Oklahoma. Ralphie's house stands near a 50-foot tall replica of the famous leg lamp. You know the leg lamp.
Oh, of course.
It was built in Chickasha to draw visitors. The two-story Airbnb was built in 1930, remodeled last year. It has 4 bedrooms, can sleep up to 10 people. You can Google Ralphie's house online to make reservations and see pictures. The homeowner said, we've themed every room to fun things from the film. We've got the Pontiac room based on the old car. We've got the Triple Dog Dare You bedroom. Upstairs is like Ralphie's room. That's kind of cool if you're into that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not my thing, but if you're into it, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Miley Cyrus is revealing what fans can expect with her next album. This is a kind of odd. She was doing an interview and said Something Beautiful is a concept album inspired by Pink Floyd's The Wall. Really? Miley Cyrus doing Pink Floyd style music? I mean, it's inspired by, what does that really mean? I don't know. She said the album is an attempt to medicate somewhat of a sick culture through music. Oh, well, we need your medicine, Miley. Jeez, what would I do? What would I do without that medicine? Wasn't it you that was twerking like a fool? Never mind. Let's see. Okay, Lizzo is the proud new owner of a home where Jeremy Renner recovered from his snowplow accident. The Avengers star put that house up for sale recently. Didn't take long for Lizzo to snap it up. She must be doing okay because she dropped $12.5 million for that L.A. mansion that already included a recording studio in it.
Wow.
A Chinese-born crypto entrepreneur now owns arguably the most expensive fruit in the world. Justin Sun dropped the winning bid of $6.2 million for a banana duct taped to a wall. That's right, a banana duct taped to a wall. $6.2 million. That's a bargain, isn't it? Right at Christmas time. The conceptual piece was sold yesterday at Sotheby's auction. The artwork by Mauricio Catalan is called Comedian. I can't imagine why. Because he's laughing all the way to the bank at $6.2 million for a banana he duct taped to a wall. Dumbasses. Sun watched the bidding from Hong Kong, said afterward in the coming days he'll eat the banana as part of this unique artistic experience. You mean now I bought the banana and you're going to eat it for
Seriously?
$6.2 million?
Wow.
I'll whoop your ass.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Hey, finally someone lived up to their word. I love this. I mean, listen, if you're going to do it, do it. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi have relocated to England following the election. That's right. A move spurred by their letdown with the political outcome. According to the sources, the couple purchased the home before the election, but decided to leave after the victory, with one insider saying immediately decided to get the hell out. They plan to sell their Montecito, California estate for about $96 million. But, I mean, to be honest with you, wasn't she canceled a while back? I mean, nobody cared, and now... I mean, it's like, are you leaving because of that, or are you leaving because everybody said they were done with you?
I feel like either way, we should just step back and go, thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you later. What was it they said in Tombstone? Well, bye.
Right. See ya.
Well, bye. All right, let's see. Thanksgiving dinner, how much do you think it's going to cost? You know, the crazy economy right now, all the inflation, entertaining, feeding a group of people can be pricey, as anybody who hosts Thanksgiving can tell you. But you wouldn't know that from American Farm Bureau. They put out their annual report on what the cost of a Thanksgiving meal should be. And the 39th edition came and went, and their price is stupid. It doesn't even make sense. According to them, the total cost of a Thanksgiving feast for 10, how much you think it would be? What do you think a Thanksgiving feast for 10 should cost, Rich?
From like a store? Or,
yeah, if you go buy the ingredients to do Thanksgiving for 10 people, what do you think that'd run you?
Oh, gosh. A good $150.
Okay. Marla,
Didn't go over. And you did.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I see. No, you would have won. You're right. If it were the price is right, you absolutely would be the big winner, Marla. And welcome in. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm good.
The trial of Venezuelan Jose Ibarra came to an end yesterday. Superior Court Judge Patrick Haggard issued a guilty verdict on all 10 counts against him in the death of Lake and Riley, including 1 count of malice murder, 3 counts of felony, 1 count of each kidnapping with bodily injury, well, a whole bunch of stuff, really. After a recess, Judge Haggard sentenced him to life in prison, no possibility of parole. He'll spend the rest of his life in jail in Georgia. It was the maximum sentence they could impose on him. The defense attorney had asked him to give 2 consecutive life sentences with the possibility of parole, but the judge said, no, he's a piece of trash, and he's never getting out. Let's see, a homeless man was arrested by the FBI in Florida yesterday. He was charged with plotting to bomb the New York Stock Exchange. Harun Malik Yaner had been watched by the FBI since a tip in February let him know he was storing bomb-making schematics in a storage unit in Coral Springs. He claimed he was recruited to join ISIS through Facebook Messenger. Well, that's where I'd want to join ISIS, Facebook Messenger, yeah. No, makes sense. A team of undercover FBI agents posed as people trying to help him pull off the bombing. His stated goal with the bombing was to force a reboot of the U.S. government. I don't think he had to do a bomb. I think it just happened. Yenner was charged with the attempted use of an explosive to damage or destroy a building. District Court Judge Stephen Hippler ruled Brian Kohlberger, that's the man accused of murdering the 4 University of Idaho students 2 years ago, will face the death penalty if the prosecutors decide to pursue it. They said in court filings there are 4 aggravating factors in that. Campbell's Soup Company. Soup may be good food, but it's not part of their name anymore. They got rid of the name Soup and just changed it to Campbell's Company. They said, we do a lot of other things. We also own Prego sauce, Goldfish crackers. We're not just soup. Okay. MIT. You can't get accepted to MIT. If you can't get accepted to MIT, but can't afford the tuition, they have a solution. The school announced yesterday students from families with an income below $200,000 will get to attend the university without tuition starting next fall. They said the new policy will cover around 80% of the incoming classes. Students whose families earn less than $100,000 a year will have their tuition, housing, dining, and all those fees waived. They'll get an allowance for books and personal expenses. So for the 2022-23 year, tuition at MIT is almost $58,000. So that's huge. They said the tuition-free program is made possible by gifts from the alumni and friends of the university. And that's what probably should happen at some of these universities like them that have these huge coffers from donors. You know, some of these universities have millions upon millions upon millions of dollars.
Oh, for sure.
That they sit on and understand, you know, that's what historically they've done. But I think this is a much better use of their funds.
I would agree.
I think it's great. I think it's really good. Pope Francis announced yesterday he plans to canonize Carlo Acutis in April. The boy, informally known as God's influencer, died of leukemia in Italy in 2006 at the age of 15. And the church has attributed a couple miracles to him. He was a teenage web designer who documented miracles online and used his skills to maintain websites for Catholic organizations. He was beatified in 2020 after a miracle was attributed to him, and in May, the Pope attributed a second miracle to the teen. Well, I'd like to know what they are.
Right.
Did he walk on water? Did he turn water to wine? Did he heal people, make blind people see? What kind of miracle are we talking about?
Pot disappeared.
Was the miracle he wasn't abused by the Catholics?
It could be. It might be. It could be. How about something good here? Jeff Bezos and his girlfriend have pledged $110 million through the Day One Family Fund to help fight homelessness. This year's grants range from $425,000 to $5 million. He'll support 40 organizations in 23 states. Since launching the fund in 2018, Bezos has given $749 million towards its $2 billion goal, part of his pledge to give away the majority of his wealth in his lifetime. So far, he's given away a total of about $3.5 billion, but his current net worth is still $220 billion. Yeah, not quite all of it yet. Soon though. Recipients of this round include groups like the Dallas-based Family Gateway, American Indian Community Development Corporation in Minneapolis that helps affordable housing for Native Americans. So that's good. That's great. Here's another great story. A 4-year-old boy with autism reported missing in Sumner County, Tennessee, prompting an extensive search. The sheriff and multiple others who traversed steep and rugged terrain covered with fallen leaves, they employed drones to assist in the search. And within about 20 minutes, the drones located the child along a creek bank. Guided by drone operators, the sheriff was the first to reach him. He was wet and shivering, but otherwise unharmed. So that's a really good moment and a great use of a drone, man.
I mean seriously.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm not going to see it. Maybe you are. Apparently there's going to be viewings of Wicked next month. That was a Broadway play based on The Wizard of Oz. Now it's a movie. Well, it's going to be next month where singing along with the characters on the screen will be encouraged. That's next month. This month, no singing. They've said that the movie theaters want no talking, no texting, no singing, no wailing, no flirting, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just watch the movie. So they're giving you a warning. Don't come in here and try to sing along. All right. Delta Airlines has announced they'll be serving Shake Shack burgers on flights starting December 1st. One catch, they'll only be available for first-class customers on routes over 900 miles. That's right. You sit back there in the business class and sniff this burger, bitch. You sniff it. You want it, don't you? Eat your peanuts. Let's get into some sports. Yesterday, 25 modern-era candidates put forward in consideration for induction into the NFL Hall of Fame. Topping the list, Giants quarterback Eli Manning. Also among the greats are legendary tight end Antonio Gates, pass rusher Jared Allen. The 2024 list features 6 newcomers and 10 players who were finalists last year. Prior to the Super Bowl, the selection committee will meet again to narrow the list down to 15. An induction would be based on those remaining players who get 80% of the vote or more. The NFL, given the company's silence on the issue, it appears Netflix would like to forget about this streaming debacle that was the Tyson-Paul fight, but others not so quick to dismiss it. ESPN's Dan Graziano said the NFL did a check-in with Netflix over the streaming issues, but said they left the conversation reassured. Eyebrows were raised considering the NFL has 2 games slated to stream on Netflix on Christmas Day, and the league wanted to make sure that shit doesn't happen. That's not how they said it, but that's how I'm saying it. Yeah. If you watch the fight, you know what I'm talking about. It was buffering.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of craziness. And the NFL's not going to have that.
Yeah, we don't need any Tecmo Bowl looking stuff.
No, the NFL's not. They pay way too much money to have that. They're not going to have it. Man, how lucky have you ever been in your life? Have you ever found something, stumbled on something worth a little money? Well, back in 1916, as part of a local promotion, Morehouse Bakery up in Lawrence, Massachusetts, made the decision to print Babe Ruth rookie cards. Those cards have become so rare that people even question their existence until now. A man who understandably chose to remain anonymous recently rummaged through a box of 100 of those bakery cards his dad used to collect, managed to find 2 of the Babe Ruth rookie cards. The one in better condition will fetch about $500,000 at auction. That auction will be tomorrow because he said, how quick can I cash in on this? How quick can I get my payday?
Just once in my life.
I know, right? Once. Just once, man. I feel like I probably had some rare coin in my pocket at one point, and I bought a candy bar or some cigarettes with it. You know what I mean?
Same. I probably put it in one of those, gumball machines.
Yeah, I
for the
did
kiddo
something
or
stupid.
Something.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've thought about that a lot in my life.
Like coins, maybe
Yeah.
that you, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure. No, I'm certain it happens. Yeah, especially, when I was younger. I mean, I didn't know what I was looking at. All right, let's do something different, shall we?
Attention station employees, Adderall is a controlled substance, but it definitely makes you better at your job, which can lead to promotion and making more money. But don't do drugs. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do
drugs,
It
kids.
can
It's
also
bad.
lead to a doctorate.
Oh, it could. Yeah, you very well. So yesterday, we talked about a church in the UK that now has wrestling in between the messages, and you do a little singing, have a wrestling match. Do a little preaching, have a wrestling match.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Pass the plate around, have a wrestling match. So it's kind of fun.
I see some new announcing opportunities opening up.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think they need you in England. Well, here's a new thing going on, and I like this in Switzerland. A church in Lucerne, Switzerland, has introduced AI Jesus. That's right. AI Jesus is a hologram for confession. You thought it was daunting.
They're making it real.
You thought it was daunting to talk to a priest. What are you talking about? I guess at least the hologram can't. Well, never mind. But sparking curiosity and debate, known as the Deus in Machina, the installation at St. Peter's Church allows worshipers to interact with the digital face of Jesus. Is programmed to respond with insights drawn from biblical texts from the New Testament and other resources. One worshiper shared, "I was surprised, though it's a machine, it gave me so much advice." Now, the good news, AI Jesus is fluent in over 100 languages. He answered a variety of questions about moral dilemmas. He offered advice like, "Your task is not to judge, but to accompany with love." Well, that sounds good.
That's great.
It's a nice message. Many visitors were impressed with the confessional experience. Some dismissed it as a gimmick. No, come on now. Others criticized the responses as generic. The project, developed by computer scientists and theologians from Lucerne University, was intended as a temporary experiment to explore the role of AI in religion. Marco Schmidt, who's a theologian, said this is an experiment to spark discussions about AI and faith. It's not to replace Jesus. Well, clearly it's not. But to provide a foundation for meaningful conversation. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, AI Jesus, it'd be fun to see what kind of questions you could ask that he'd answer. I have some.
Just
probably not good though. What do you think about AI Jesus, Marla? Would you confess to AI Jesus?
It's pretty interesting. Oh God, I have so many thoughts. I just don't even know where to collect them. It's to me, because I'm religious, different than most people in this state. It's not any different than talking to air.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just very weird.
Okay. What about you? What about AI Jesus, man?
I mean, first off, what did you say it was called? Deuce something?
Yeah, Deuce.
Deus in Machina.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
You don't like that?
Yeah, it's just anything that starts off with deuce. I don't think I'm gonna, really be confessing.
Okay.
Outside, much to it. But no, it's
So that means second Messiah, I guess.
I don't know. It might. I'm not sure what it
I just want to know the commandments that it's going to come out with. Like, thou shalt not throw the robot in the trash can.
Yeah, no, thou shalt not look at porn on this computer.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, don't do that. It'll corrupt Jesus. All right, let's move on to this then, because we'll go from Jesus to jugs of McRib sauce for the holidays. McDonald's signature McRib is coming back, baby. You love it, right? And also, did you know, if they still have it, you can go to DG. And for $1.50, you can get the McRib out of the cooler in a box.
Nope.
And it's about the same
Are you
deal.
for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, man. It really is. I think they just call it a barbecue rib sandwich or something like that, but it's the same thing, man. Yeah, but for a limited time to mark the favorite return, those attending holiday parties or shopping for gifts, they're going to sell half-gallon jugs of the tangy McRib sauce starting November 25th. So that's right before Thanksgiving, I guess. It says the McRib is more than a sandwich. It's part of culture. It's a legend. It's an event. Do you get excited when the McRib comes back around?
I don't. I've never gotten on the McRib bandwagon, man.
They're okay. I mean, it's not great to me. What about you?
Nope.
No, I'm just not a food stunt person in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay. I don't know how it got that famous, but.
I still haven't even tried the new, chicken Big Mac or whatever it's called yet.
Oh, yeah. No, I can't do that. That's too much.
Sounds gross. And I haven't heard anything good from it. So.
No, yeah. You can put the Big Mac sauce on other sandwiches and things too now. A lot of people do. Yeah. Yeah, I used to that's why I got fired from McDonald's. It's the only job I ever got fired from. Yeah.
Why? Because you put the sauce on other things?
No, because I got caught in the walk-in cooler one too many times eating chicken McNuggets with mac sauce on them. I'd go hide in the walk-in cooler because I was hungry, man. And, you're working at McDonald's, you're hungry. It's like, I'm going to get a couple of these nugs real quick. And, you're not supposed to eat those. They're for the customers or something. And
I
they,
mean, I worked at Wendy's. We didn't care.
you know, you would think that it wouldn't be that big a deal.
Yeah.
But they walked into the cooler, and there I was, and she said, "What are you doing?" I had a mouthful of food, and she goes, "Yeah, I've told you about this before. You're done."
Why into the cooler though?
Because they couldn't see me.
The bathroom?
Well, I'm not going to eat in the bathroom. That's
I mean,
gross.
you know,
What's
hey,
wrong with you,
I'm just-
man? Nobody.
You're at McDonald's working, man. It's not
Okay,
like nothing
no,
in there is gross.
No, man. I'm not eating in the. I've seen people do that or talk about that. I'm not. No, man, I can't do that.
No.
If you can eat while you're in the bathroom, that's weird to me. That's real weird to me. Would you eat? Do you eat in the bathroom? No.
I mean, it's not like I'm having a full course meal, but you're a teenager and like, I don't know. I'm just,
Well,
I don't know that the walk-in would have been my first choice to go hide
Well, I
out
didn't
and
say I
not
was a
get
smart
caught.
teenager.
Well,
I think we learned something about Rich today.
hey,
What's that?
Eating in the pooper.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
sometimes I got a lot
No.
going on. I got to,
Yes, it is.
That
Yeah.
doesn't work because you see, taste and smell are they're close cousins, and I can't taint my candy or whatever I'm eating, my honey bun, whatever it may be, my donut with no poo. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You're weird.
Attention station employees. The general manager says we can't afford pumpkin spiced coffee in the lounge. So instead, just sip your normal coffee and then sniff the pumpkin candle next to the machine. Thank you.
All right, Marla. So you've been on vacation?
I have, yes. Connie.
Yeah. Where'd you
Connie.
go? So did you go to Georgia?
Yep, went to Savannah, and then we went up to Charleston and Hilton Head.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's try that.
Is this better?
No.
No.
No, definitely
Just
not.
my voice.
Maybe you have to use your chest voice.
yeah, they were saying you need to turn her up some.
Well, I
No,
can't-
they
I was
say
going to
that
say, I don't
every
think they
time.
can
I
go
can't
anymore.
turn her up anymore. It's at the top of the board.
Listen, y'all say that every time.
You're just so soft-spoken. You
I
get on and
haven't-
you're like, hi.
Oh, good morning. I don't have any bass in my voice. I
There
can't
you go.
change it.
Now you got
There
it
you
going.
go.
There you go.
Better?
Sound-
Just
yeah.
get me angry. I'm angry, Marla.
Hey, welcome,
Hey.
Angry Mo. So, what did you
Okay.
do in Georgia?
We went to, down in the river in Savannah and ate and bought clothes. And then we went to Charleston to see one of my former patients that moved there. And that was great. And then we went to Hilton Head and laid on the beach.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How was the beach at Hilton Head?
Hilton Head is beautiful.
Is that the white sand, isn't it?
It is, but
Yeah.
the beaches are just flat. So, when you're in the Gulf and you try to walk down the shore and your feet are all crooked and your ankles start hurting.
Yeah, I
this
know
is
what you
just
mean.
Flat.
Just flat.
But it's just beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's a physical therapy clinic right across the street from the beach
And that was exciting to you?
because I want to live there now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now I get it. Okay.
But yeah, we had a good time, and she actually came home with me.
Oh, yeah?
Well, she came to see her mom. Her mom's
Oh,
doing
okay.
it, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's me.
Well, that's cool. Well, I hope she's doing great.
She's doing great. I'm still mad at you about it, but
I understand. Well, you have to stay mad
he
on that.
sold her house in 30 minutes.
Yeah, well, I did. Okay. So what's going on with you, man, this week? What do you got going on?
Well, we got, I'm announcing out in Mountain Pine on Saturday for
Are you?
South Central Wrestling.
Really?
So, yeah.
When does that start? Where's it at?
It'll be it's in Mountain Pine at the old Mountain Pine School Gym. It's 199 3rd Street
Okay.
in Mountain Pine.
Okay.
First bell's at 7:00, and this is their big kind of end of the year event before they
Oh,
take
so
off.
this
the
is
rest
the
of the
big
year,
the big one.
Yeah, yep. This is their what they call WrestleFest. It's
Their
anniversary
WrestleMania,
show. Yes.
basically. This WrestleFest.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're going to bring out all the big guns for this one.
Oh yeah. Got a lot of championships on the line.
Yeah, so
some,
there's gonna be some
drama
intense
behind
drama,
the scenes.
yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna, we'll see.
That's
We'll
cool.
see who comes out on top.
Well, who
That's all
are?
I can say, but-
Can you tell us some of who the folks fighting are? Any
Oh
of them?
yeah, we've got. I believe Troy Twain is going to be there. I know. Let's see, William Blackwell. Let me look here, and I can give you the whole card here in a second.
Okay, yeah, that's just fine. I think it's so interesting these matches that are these leagues that have come up and how the research in wrestling is
Oh
happening
man,
at a local and regional level. It's just huge. man.
always. There's actually one promotion that I know of coming up in January. They're going to be at Hard Riders right here
Oh, really?
in town.
Oh,
doing
wow.
shows.
Yeah,
So,
over in Jacksonville Cabot area?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah, I've been over there. It's a fun place.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Yeah, we've got, let's see, they got Troy Twain versus Devion Black and Ray Stryker versus Sebastian Envy. That'll be for the SCW Cruiserweight and Heavyweight Championship.
Okay. So big time matches coming up. So that ought to be a lot of fun, man. That sounds really cool.
For sure.
All right. And, all right, let's get on to something else then, shall we?
All right, places, everybody. Roll sound. Roll sound. And action.
All right, so I kind of want to do a little quiz with you guys, and you can't look at the answers. You have to look away.
All right.
All right, so Marla,
Yes.
do you, let me tell you what this is. So I have to help all of you communicate better with the young people. I know that
Well, this
there's
just
a gap
happened this
sometimes.
morning.
Yeah, there's a gap sometimes for you guys communicating with the younger people, and you have to be educated in how to communicate and what their vernacular is.
Right.
For example, Marla,
Mm.
this is a little quiz. Can you tell me what a glow up is?
So when you're kind of not cute when you're younger, and then you get older and you get better looking.
Okay, that you know what, the judges will accept that answer. It's a physical makeover, a positive transformation. That's a glow up. You get
That's
a glow up. Yeah.
All right.
All right. What if I say bet? What does that mean?
Oh, that means like for sure.
All right. So that was an
Yeah.
easy one. I threw you a bone there. Next one won't be so easy. Marla, if I tell you that Rich has the Riz, what does that mean? R-I-Z-Z. He's got the Riz.
Pass.
No.
Oh.
All right. If I tell you Marla has the Riz, what is the Riz?
It sounds like something. No. I've heard this. What is it? Doesn't it mean like confidence or something? Like
You're not far off.
Okay.
It's short for charisma.
Oh,
The Riz.
wow.
Yeah, you got the Riz, baby. You got charisma. All right. If I tell you, Rich, that
I'm trying not to look.
that this burger is bussin', does
Yeah.
that mean I'm taking it to school? What is bussin'?
Yeah. What? It's either taking it to school or it's what busboy? What? It's going to the back? I don't know.
No, Marla.
It's like really good.
That's right. That's right. Bussin' means it's really good, especially if you say it twice. It's bussin', bussin'. Yeah, you say it twice, it's really good.
Or I could just say, mmm.
Yeah, you
But
could.
you'd be on the toilet, so nobody
Yeah.
would hear you.
Hey, somebody commented on Facebook about that. Actually.
About what?
About eating, and they said it was somewhere. Where is it? Let me see here. That's why toilets come with a table.
Ah,
Backwards and set
yeah.
your plate down.
That's right. So you sit backwards on it, and that's your table.
There you
Eat
go.
your cereal, you sick son of a bitch. Andy said, "What's up?" Hey, Andy. Mike said, "Morning, fellas."
And ladies.
Sean said, "Morning." Mike, morning. What's up, Mike? Latasha said, "Good morning, people." Good morning, Latasha. Coda, good morning. Let's see. Mike said, "I think it would be interesting to see if AI Jesus will crash." Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't think AI Jesus could crash. So yeah, that's good.
My AI Jesus isn't working. Just unplug him, plug him back in. He'll be fine.
This guy, Joey said, "Put a McChicken and a McDouble together. My kids call it a McDonk." That's pretty funny. Brandon said, "Coffee on the crapper." Yeah, coffee maybe. No, never mind. No, I don't think so. Christian said, "Good morning. What's up, Miss Sledge? How you doing this morning?" Let's see. Fonda said, "Good morning." Amanda said, "Good morning." What's up, Amanda?
Apparently, Brandon's joining in on the game. He said Riz he just messaged me. He said Riz equals game, like she's got game.
That also would work. Okay, Marla, if you tell me something and I say that's cap, what does that mean? That's cap, Marla.
Ooh, I know.
Keep it quiet.
No.
Like keep it-
Rich?
That means you're lying.
That's right. If you're capping, you're lying.
No.
If you're capping, you're lying.
Look at me. I'm kind of cool.
No cap. No cap. All right. What if I say, Rich, Marla's got that drip? That's not an infection. Not an
I
infection.
got that fixed.
I got that fixed. That's the best answer of the day. Right there. Okay.
That means that she's stylish clothes.
That's right. Yeah, no, that's exactly
See, I'm
right.
telling you, man, I got this.
Yeah, it's
I studied.
drip is stylish clothing, good look, good style. Now, Marla, I'm going to throw you this. This is an easy one.
I was gonna say I'm leading. You need to make a comeback.
How do you? Are you
Marla, if I said she slays, what does that mean?
She's killing it.
That's right. Yeah, you're doing an excellent job. You're slaying. Yeah.
We need a bell. Ding.
Hmm?
I said we need a bell.
Oh,
for the
yeah. I
season,
should have a
yeah.
bell, shouldn't I? Okay. What if I say, man, Marla is being extra?
What? Being a ham, being just over.
Over the
being,
top.
being,
yeah,
over the top.
extras
yes.
over the top. That's right.
Let's
Look at
go,
you, man.
baby. Come on.
He's killing it over here,
Oh,
Mel.
now it's getting
Rich is killing it.
Who's winning?
All right. Well,
Me by a long
No,
shot.
are you writing things down?
Because
No.
you've gotten like one right.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Marla, here, I'll help you out a little bit. If I told you that Rich just spilled the tea, would that mean that he knocked his beverage over?
It means he's gossiping.
That's right. Spilling the tea.
Yeah,
That's
there
the
she goes.
fresh gossip. That's right. You got it. You're doing good. Now you're back on track. See?
Now it's a game.
If I say to Marla, Rich, you need to take several seats. What does that mean?
She got a big ass.
Yeah, that's what I go with.
Could be, but it's not. You need to sit down and be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, take several seats, not just one.
okay.
You take several of them.
Okay.
All right,
I've never heard
Marla.
that one.
Marla,
Yes.
if I'm flexing, what am I doing?
Bragging.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're flexing, you're bragging. That's right. Good job.
She's
Good job.
making a comeback.
Yeah,
I
she is.
think we're like 4-9 now. I'm keeping track in my head.
You can't count.
Well, I can use my fingers and toes.
All right, Rich. If I say, man, I got that gas, what is that?
You got the gas?
I got that gas, man. I got that gas.
And that's two different things. Either A, you ate something that ain't agreeing with you,
Could be.
or what is it, like good smoke?
That's right. That's it. That's that gas, baby.
There we go.
That's right. It's that gas. I got that gas. I went to the dispensary, got that gas
Yeah,
yesterday,
man.
baby. Yeah. It's straight fire. Okay. We'll do,
This is fun, man.
it is fun, isn't
We
it?
need to
It's
have
always good to learn,
Yeah.
isn't it? All right. If I tell you, Marla, that I'm dead, what does that mean? Does it mean that I'm pushing up daisies?
Probably you're laughing really hard.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed me. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. All right, and we'll do one
We
more.
gotta do
here.
one more.
Yeah, we'll do.
I think we need to do like a quick answer one for the for the
I
game,
can't do it
for the win.
For the win. You want to
Between
do
me
it?
and Marla, who
Just
can
yell it
answer?
out.
first?
Okay. You
Yeah,
ready?
just yell it out. Yeah, you say it, and whoever can say it first.
Okay. They came in here looking chuggy. Chuggy. What does chuggy mean?
I'm done.
Buzz in. Buzz
They
in.
look really
Chuggy.
bad.
That's it, Marla.
No!
Yes, Marla got it.
Who
Chuggy.
wins
It's
the belt
it's
now,
basic.
Rich?
Basic. You look
Wait,
lame.
Way
Yeah.
to make me eat the word.
Yeah, that didn't go.
I didn't
that
have
didn't
it.
go how you expected at
yeah.
all, did it, Rich?
I thought it might have been like a breed of dog or something.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Does your cat hate you?
Here, kitty. Never mind.
I'm going with yes.
Maybe it's because you make him poop in that crappy litter. I'd hate you if you made me do that.
Oh, I do hate you.
Introducing glitter. Glitter is litter made of diamonds. Diamonds, you've heard of them. Jay-Z's cat poops on diamonds. Are you saying Jay-Z loves his cat more than you do?
Dick.
If you get your cat glitter litter made of diamonds, maybe his attitude will improve. Pooping on diamonds will do that.
Ask Beyonce.
And if Jay-Z can afford litter made of diamonds, anyone can. If your cat is still mean after you give him diamonds to poop on, he's probably just an asshole. Just stop feeding him. Glitter litter made of diamonds. Because your cat deserves better.
No one likes you.
Oh, all right.
Latasha on Facebook says, I might survive in a room full of teenagers.
Yeah. See, I'm helping prepare people to. I love slang like that because it aggravates my kids that I'll find out as soon as they do. Because I stay up on the trends on it, and so
Yeah.
I'll start dropping those things, and they look at me, and it just screws them up because I'm not supposed to talk like that. I'm not supposed to say, "Man, you got
Yeah.
Riz, don't you today?"
Yeah.
And they look like, "What?"
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels wrong to them.
Right.
It feels right to me, So it's always
You
fun
just
to do
enjoy
that.
seeing the torture.
I do.
Yeah,
I'm
that's absolutely it.
slightly a troll at times.
That's what parenting is all about, anyway.
Yeah, it really is. So this sounds like the beginning of a joke, but it's not. James Franco, Mike Tyson, and Bella Thorne are suiting up for a movie called Bunny Man. Bunny Man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an Italian superhero movie. Bunny Man follows an anonymous multimillionaire superhero who strikes against evil forces while wearing a rabbit mask. Driven by his desire to avenge a sister who committed suicide after being attacked. So Tyson, who's 58, he's already finished work on his part, and production on Bunny Man is underway in Italy. How bad has it gotten for James Franco's career? that he's going over to Italy to make a superhero movie called Bunny Man.
Bunny Man.
I mean, for Bella Thorne, it's not bad. She was a Disney star who became a porn star. You know, Mike Tyson. I mean, you know, he's Mike Tyson. You pay him enough, he's going to show up. He just did.
As we saw on Netflix.
He just showed up. You know, he didn't do much, but he showed up and got paid, right? But James Franco, I mean, 10 years ago was on the A list.
Yeah.
Maybe even 5-6 years ago. I don't know. Are you a James Franco fan, Marla?
I mean, yeah, I've always liked him.
Yeah.
But
Seth Rogen doesn't like him anymore. How can
Well-
you?
I hate Seth Rogen's laugh so bad.
Did you just hear that, people?
But I like him. But when
Yeah.
he laughs, no. Stop. Sounds like Beavis and Butthead.
I heard it too. Yeah.
But what did James Franco do? I can't remember.
Well,
Was it like assault?
I
type
think
thing?
I
Gay
think he kept
Masterson?
messaging and trying to message underage girls online
yeah,
and
that's
stuff. I
gross.
think that's what was going on.
Yeah, that's usually not a good move for your career.
Well, it was a bad enough move that his movie buddy of a decade, detached from him, said, "Yeah, I'm not affiliated with him." I mean, he literally had a naked picture of Seth Rogen. He commissioned it and hung it up. I guess to be silly. Hell, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't, but just to mess with him. I mean, that's how close of friends they were.
Right.
And then
Just
done.
nothing. I mean,
I'm out.
I can't.
Good for him.
I was
Well,
going
it
to
was
say,
the
I
Me
can't
Too.
not agree with him.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. It was the height of the Me Too era, though. He just lopped him off. Said, "Yeah, I'll
Yep,
see you later." I don't blame him really,
No,
but
I mean, at least he's got some morals or something.
Right.
maybe. Yeah,
Stupid
I guess.
games win stupid prizes.
No, that's very true. Now, what's your favorite Seth Rogen movie?
You got. Next.
Yeah, what's your favorite Seth Rogen movie, man?
Man, I've seen him, and I'm horrible with movie titles.
I'll tell you
Was he
that
in that one Knocked Up with
Knocked
Kristen
Up?
Wiig? That was a
Yeah,
cute one.
He's got a good TV show on where he's like created a beer, and I can't think of the name of it.
Seth Rogen does.
Yeah, it's pretty good until
Is
he
it?
laughs.
I need to
Yeah.
I need to take a look and see what it is.
Yeah.
I liked him in 40-Year-Old Virgin a lot. I like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We just watched that movie the other day again, and man,
I forgot.
that is one of the more quotable movies you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
It is just everybody in that cast is A-list of A-list, and it was before they were A-list. You know, I guess Steve Carell was pretty close to A-list at that point, but I don't think he was quite there.
Yeah.
So everybody in that was on the front end of their career, I think.
And that was like that was Steve Carell's big movie that pushed him over. I'm
Well,
pretty sure
that
that's
and
what it
then
was.
Bruce Almighty, I guess, or Evan Almighty.
Almighty, yeah.
Which I didn't like, but it didn't matter. He did well in Bruce Almighty and well
He's
enough
just-
to be Evan.
He'll always be.
He's the Michael from The
yeah,
Office.
Michael always. But
Yeah.
He's so great.
Did you ever watch the British version of The
Yep,
Office?
yep.
I never watched The Office.
No,
No.
I've
just-
only watched a few episodes of it.
I guess I've got to get up with, current TV
I mean,
shows.
it's
It's so
super
great.
funny.
It's
It's super
great.
funny. I mean, I've seen episodes of it. I love Ricky Gervais
Oh, yeah,
though.
me too.
Yeah. I mean, I love him as a comedian.
He
Hell
should
yeah.
be the only person that ever hosts any award show.
Oh, God,
Oh my
yes.
God!
Always.
Yeah, he would be the best
The
one ever to do that.
best.
No, he's phenomenal,
Yeah.
man. I don't remember, was it the Golden Globes or the Oscars? One of them where he
Yeah,
just
he just-
roasted it, just
Yeah,
destroyed
he said,
everyone.
"This
Oh,
is
yeah.
my last one. I don't care. I
Yeah,
don't care."
that was the best hosting job I've ever
Yeah.
seen in my life. man.
Absolutely.
No, he just
Absolutely.
basically told him to suck it, man, and it was amazing. Yeah, I always like it when when you see things like that where they're like, yeah, I'm not going to bow down to making everybody here feel good.
Right.
You're all too self-conceited, too self-involved over here. So yeah, I love Ricky Gervais. All right, let's move along then.
Manners for men.
When a woman explains how she feels, always respond with, "I hear you," and then fix it with duct tape.
There you go. Now we can watch the movie. This has been Manners for Men. High five. Donkey punch.
I don't know what that means. Any of that. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So,
No, go
somebody
ahead.
just said on Facebook, Kristen Bell said the series Landman with Billy Bob Thornton is just absolute 4 stars on Prime. And I've seen,
I saw the trailer. It looks amazing.
yeah, I've been wanting to watch, like I saw a commercial for it yesterday and I was, damn, that looks like a good show.
It looks gritty. Look, say what you want. Billy Bob Thornton's a phenomenal actor.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
he's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of an odd fella, but a great, great, great actor, man. I mean, he's got a phobia of antique furniture.
Well, you know, I found out the
story.
other day that he
True
wears
story.
women's jeans. So
Oh, he did say that. He said
Yeah.
'cause his legs are too little.
yeah, he
'Cause
said he
he's got
doesn't like the
chicken legs.
bagginess of guys' jeans, so he wears women's jeans.
Yeah.
So, you know.
They say guess on the back with a little pink triangle.
I miss those
Juicy.
jeans.
Do you? The Guess jeans?
The Guess jeans were great. Yeah.
Man, they were, weren't
If
they?
you were curvy, and back then people weren't curvy,
Hello, I was.
for a girl. But you know,
Oh.
the Anna Nicole Smith, she made everybody curvy look good, so that was great.
You know, my wife, that must be her Marilyn Monroe.
She's beautiful.
She thinks Anna Nicole Smith was great. I think she was a babbling fool, but a lot of people love
She's
her.
pretty.
Yeah, no, she was pretty.
I dressed up like her for Halloween once, fat Anna Nicole Smith, and I was down in Trim Spa, and it was fun. And
Yeah.
my husband was a skeleton that I carried around.
That's funny. That's funny. Scotty said the outtake reel from 40-Year-Old Virgin with Seth and the Middle Eastern guy is hilarious. Yeah, that guy is unbelievably funny. The Middle Eastern guy. I want to say he got in trouble later. I don't want to speak wrong on that. I want to say he had some legal problems later, but maybe it wasn't him. But that guy, it was absolutely a scene stealer.
From the 40-year-old
Yeah,
virgin?
from 40-Year-Old Virgin. He was a scene stealer, man. I can't quote almost anything he says because it was all dirty. You know, So he said, "It's not about the butthole pleasures." You know, that's the least bad offensive thing he said in the whole movie, man. But he's hilarious. Elizabeth Banks was in it before she even blew up and became a director and all that.
She's pretty.
Oh
too.
man, she was a
gorgeous.
knockout in that. Now she was.
She's
whoa.
still pretty.
Yeah.
No, she is. She's
beautiful,
gorgeous. She
yeah.
really is. And she seems like a really down to earth,
Funny, yeah.
kind of funny person. And it's always cool to see somebody who's really pretty or really handsome and really funny.
I
Yeah.
think Jason has a crush on Elizabeth Banks.
Who doesn't have a crush on Elizabeth
Yeah.
Banks? I mean, honestly, everybody would have a crush on her. I would think anyway. Yeah, I mean, she's just that pretty. I mean, she's super pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's like Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe not that level, but Margot Robbie's probably the top of the. She's up there pretty high. Who's your secret celebrity crush? Your hall pass, Marla?
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston's your hall pass. Oh, that's
Okay.
dope. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
dope. I see. If I'm Jason, I guarantee you, I'm on a pilgrimage to get Jennifer Aniston's ass to the house. You can bet I'll spend my life doing that.
Jason's is Bradley Cooper. I know this is awkward and different and separate than what Paul
Y'all
Beck-
couldn't just trade out and make it work like that.
I think
I'll take
Aniston-
Bradley. You take
I don't
her.
know. I think Aniston's prettier.
Might be actually. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I do like Bradley Cooper in the roles I've seen him in. He was great in The Hangover. I'd like to see him do more comedic stuff because he really has great comedic talent. I mean, like over the top comedic talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
No.
No, it's a pretty good one.
Is it?
Have you
Okay.
seen that?
Probably 5-6 times.
Yeah, it's
The whole
pretty good,
series.
isn't it?
I mean, it's life changing.
I
think-
probably wouldn't go there.
Well, there's lessons to be learned. It's just that's my number one.
What I like about that show is that he kind of did a throwback show, and he was he said it clearly that he wanted to do something that felt good because so many things were darker toned and things like that. He wanted to kind of do a throwback to old TV shows, and he did a great job, and it's really funny.
And if you go back and say you've watched it, the whole series, and then you go back and watch it, you see things that tie to everything. And then you go, I was making Connie watch it because she'd never seen it. In the very first episode, I said, "How
What
did
were
I
you holding
miss
her
it?"
hostage? You brought her back.
Yes,
You're
I
making
was
her watch
sitting
things.
on her and everything. But I'd noticed something in the very first episode that I said, "How did I miss this?" I mean, it's just the greatest show ever.
Yeah.
It really is to me.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
Tiffany Holt on Facebook says her favorite gal would be Aubrey Plaza. And I
Aubrey
have to
Plaza.
agree,
Aubrey
sorry.
Plaza
Because she's
is
so
the
weird.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
I love
She's
her.
the shit, man. She is. I've liked her since
Parks
there's a
and Rec.
movie called Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, and it has Zac Efron, Adam Devine, Aubrey Plaza, and Anna Kendrick. And if you have not seen that, it's actually damn funny. Zac Efron's really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is a funny guy.
The best thing about is Aubrey Plaza when she's on like interview shows.
Yeah.
and she's just a little quirky and weird.
I was gonna say I love. I mean,
yeah.
movies of course too,
Yeah.
but when she does an interview, that's my favorite.
And wasn't she on, was it Community? Is that what she was
Parks
on?
and Rec.
Parks and
Yeah.
Rec. Okay. I knew she was on one of those shows, but yeah, no, I think she seems so super down to earth and authentic and funny, genuinely. Yeah, she's one of my favorites right now for sure.
Mitchell Rudder says Jennifer Aniston is the GOAT. Robbie says Jessica Alba for me. You know, mine was a lot when I was younger, and still now, really, but Eliza Dushku.
Oh my God,
God.
young Elijah Dushku. Are you kidding
in
me?
a heartbeat.
Which
Oh my
which
God,
one was
yeah.
she? I remember the name, but I don't.
Was she?
She was in
Was she
the
in,
Bring It On series was
Like
popular.
the witch movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, she was in a lot of
Hold on.
series.
Was she in the movie Old School? The girl who was the daughter of the boss. I believe that's her.
In
Old
old
School
school, I
with-
know she was in a school movie that was called like
This is the one with Will Ferrell. It's got Luke Wilson,
Mhm.
Vince Vaughn, all those guys in it.
it was
I'm
called.
pretty sure that's
Which hasn't
her.
seen
Old School?
either.
Yeah, she played the boss's daughter who Luke Wilson had slept with, and he didn't realize she was a senior in high school.
I'm not
No,
seeing
it's
her
not
listed
her.
here. Now they are listing Alicia Cuthbert.
Oh, it must
She
be
was
Alicia
pretty
Cuthbert.
popular.
Okay. But Elijah Dushku, I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She was a knockout for sure.
Oh yeah.
He said Jessica Alba. Yeah, I don't know her career. She's still around. I see her acting now and again, but she was like a huge star for a minute. She was
Yeah.
very close to A-list at one point, wasn't she?
Oh yeah.
You don't remember Jessica Alba?
I know who she is, but I can't tell you one thing she's done.
Everybody knows she was married to Ben Affleck, not J-Lo, the one before.
Garner.
Yeah, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't remember that, Jennifer Garner started out kind of as a big sex symbol from that show. Why am I forgetting the name of it? God, it was a great show. Alias was the name of it that she started in. And man, everybody was like, wow. And then she played Elektra in Daredevil. And she was an A-list. And then when she got married to Ben, she really focused on kids and kind of left her career for a while. But I've seen her out acting quite a bit lately, too.
Yeah, starting to make a return to it.
Yeah. Who was, when you were a kid, and by kid, I mean a teenager, who was your, the hot guy for you then?
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe? Really?
Yeah.
That dude didn't start to age until about 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, like he didn't age at all for 30 years. He probably made a deal with Satan. I'm not sure. But he is one that overcame a huge scandal.
Yeah.
He had a sex tape with a
Yeah.
girl who, I'm not
Pretty young.
mistaken, was pretty young.
Pretty young. Yep.
Maybe 16, 17, I don't know, something like that. And his career took a really big hit for about a decade. But somehow, some way, he came back, and everybody, I guess he's just so charming. People are like, forget it. Screw all that
He
Me
didn't
Too. He
mean
didn't know. Who was, when you were a teenager, who was the one for you?
I mean,
was
Eliza
Dushku.
Dushku.
Eliza
that was it,
Dushku, that was the big
You
thing.
were talking about the school movie. It was The New Guy. is
Okay,
movie
The
that
New
she-
Guy,
Which was
yes.
another great
Hilarious,
comedy
yeah.
movie.
That is-
Absolutely.
That's a good one. Have you ever seen Grandma's Boy?
No?
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's silly, but it's funny. It's made by Adam Sandler's movie company.
Oh, well.
Yeah, Happy Madison.
Happy Madison, yeah. They
Yeah,
say
but-
also on Facebook, we can't forget Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci. You know what the problem I have is her head kind of looks like an alien to me.
I agree.
She's got really big eyes. I mean, she is compelling to watch, but
Yeah.
I keep thinking that she's going to beam up or something.
Christina Ricci on his hall pass? Is that what he's saying?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, look, Mike's right. Little doggy said, Jamie Presley is the redneck Margot Robbie. That's true.
Oh.
really is.
Oh,
No,
that's
she is.
I didn't even
That's
say
spot
that
on.
sounds right, yeah.
No, spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put them together, they'd probably look like sisters for sure. He said, but again, Emily Compagno is the hottest woman on the planet. I don't know who Emily is, but I'll take your word for it.
Hey, hottest woman on the planet, Salma Hayek.
Who was it?
Selma Hayek?
Yes.
She's...
Yes. She's still hot.
She is super hot. She always has been super hot. I would take Sofia Vergara over her.
No.
Yeah, I would too.
I can't do the voice of Sophie. Like,
Even though that's
she's
not
a great
really-
person. I love what she's...
not
You're
really
acting
her
like she
voice.
talks like Fran Drescher or something.
I mean, it's right next to it.
Maybe just because on Modern Family, that's She does.
I think that's more of a
just- yeah, it's just a
character than
character.
Yeah.
anything else, but maybe
But
I'm
she
wrong.
is cute. No, she's beautiful too.
Yeah.
Salma
Here's
Hayek
the,
is way more.
I tell you what, I was so glad to see Al Bundy get
Oh yeah, yeah.
get
That was the
a
greatest.
second wind in his career
Yeah.
because that dude is a phenomenal actor. Who is that?
That's the Emily Compagno lady.
That-
Oh, she's
Mike?
pretty.
She's pretty, Mike. That photo is not compelling me to go best chick, hottest chick on the planet. but
Right.
Now
I
do-
don't know her,
Now
so
do Salma Hayek.
Okay.
it's like we haven't
turn it
seen
this way.
Salma
Let's
Hayek and
turn it
her
this way.
boobs before.
Exactly.
And
But
she's
let's
got
just-
like 44 triple T.
That's not even a good.
I mean, it's a current one. It's not.
Yeah, no, she's pretty.
Yeah.
I used to get her and Penelope Cruz mixed up sometimes.
58 years. She looks great. For
She's
58 years
58?
old.
Gorgeous.
Wow, yeah, she does really. No, she is that. Who was the coolest actor when you were a kid, man? The big star for you
Oh, gosh.
that you used to go like. If his movie comes out, I'm going to see it.
Oh, man. Trying to think back that far. I've smoked a few times since then, killed some brain cells.
Yeah, no, I
it
understand,
takes
I
me a minute.
understand.
I mean, I remember Bruce Willis was a pretty big actor
Oh,
back
yeah,
when
he
I was
was.
growing up. That's when I was born in '86, so
Okay,
I
okay.
came
So
through,
yeah, Bruce
the
Willis.
'90s and
So Die Hard was in its height at
yeah,
that time for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, you weren't even on Die Hard 4 or 5 yet.
Yeah, and the big actors, I was gonna say, probably a lot of the people from the American Pie series.
Okay.
That was when
Oh, you are so
when I was a
young.
teenager was when that was getting real.
I love Stifler, Sean William
Oh,
Scott.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that dude's so funny, man. He's been in so many movies I like. I wish I'd see more of him. I don't know where he's at these days. Keith said Charles Bronson. Well, we're throwing it back now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Death
Charles
Wish.
Bronson was great, man.
Yeah.
There was a movie called 10 to Midnight where he was pursuing a serial killer. And at the end of the movie, his daughter, I think it's his daughter, is running from the serial killer. Dude's buck-ass naked, chasing her down the road. And it's spoiler alert. I'm going to tell you the end of the movie here. But you see her running, and then all of a sudden it flashes, and there's Charles Bronson. He moves her out of the way, and he's got this giant gun. And he stops the guy or whatever, and he goes, he said, they'll never put me in jail. I'm sick. I'll be back. You'll see. And he goes, no, you won't. And he kills him. Boom! Just blows just air conditions his brain right there. Dirty Harry style. It's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the 80s right there.
And that's what I was going
Facebook.
to say. Was
Oh, go ahead.
Clint Eastwood was the big tough
Oh,
guy
my God.
when we were growing up.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood,
Yeah.
sudden impact,
Yeah.
man.
Mitchell Rudder, and I agree with him here, says Jim Carrey was huge when he was a kid, and Adam Sandler. That was around my time,
Yeah.
when I was a kid. And Chris Farley and David Spade.
Oh, yeah, all
Oh,
those
God,
are great.
Tommy
Yeah.
Boy is a
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I was just saying last night, Joe Dirt
Oh.
is
Oh,
probably one of the most underrated, forgotten comedies when you talk about best comedies ever.
Joe Dierte.
Joe Dierte, that's right. I'm cool. No, you're not. Is this gay? Does this look gay? Yeah, no, man. That is one of the greatest comedies, man.
It's still quoted to this day.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
time July 4th rolls
Oh,
around,
yeah.
all the,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
fireworks scene.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You got any whistle doodles?
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I know it's one of the greatest, most quotable lines I think of any movie. Yeah, is that absolutely? I love that. Chris Farley was amazing. What was great about him, he was just so fearless.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Will Ferrell or those guys who just sacrifice. Jim Carrey, for that matter, sacrifice their body, anything. They forget about dignity.
Right.
They just go for it, whatever the laugh is. And Farley was great like that. Now, if I was on an 8 ball of cocaine, I might be that great too. I don't know. But yeah, I did love him. Yeah, Keith said he grew up watching Charles Bronson. Yeah, Clint Eastwood. Go ahead. Make my day.
Oh, yeah.
Sudden Impact. That was a big, big movie. Dirty Harry was a big character at that time.
My dad was a huge Western watcher when I was a kid.
So a lot of Clint Eastwood came
Oh,
on.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, no, he's up there pretty high in the Westerns. A lot of people who like Westerns love John Wayne.
Oh, I've seen every John Wayne movie ever made.
Yeah. Most guys who love Westerns, they put John Wayne way up there on the top. you
Oh,
know. I was a little past John Wayne when I was a kid. I just wasn't my bag. But
Yeah.
I didn't even really like Westerns, I don't think, for a long time. until I got older. Maybe when I saw Tombstone, it changed my life.
That was why. Yeah, that's why I spent so much time outside as a kid because you can only take so much Bonanza and Rifleman. And,
that's right, boy. And everything was a Western. Then I forgot about that. But he's right, man. Big Valley.
yeah.
You had all these. Everything was set in the cowboy days.
It rotated around on the TV when I was a kid. It was Bonanza, Rifleman.
Chuck Connor.
Yeah, the Andy Griffith Show. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then just whatever other movie westerns came on.
Oh yeah, there's just tons of things. I mean, everything. A lot of things were Western.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. So even the cop shows, they had
Yeah.
cowboy hats and stuff. You know.
Battle at the OK Corral.
Oh yeah. Little doggy said it's more than just looks. She was a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader while working her way through law school, becoming a prosecuting attorney, and now a Fox News host. That's the Emily Campagno or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Well, as she
Boss,
apparently
yeah.
has done a lot. Yeah. Okay. Well, good for her. I don't know that I'd put her in that hottest category, but yeah, I mean, she seems attractive enough.
Hey, Cody, our guest that's going to be here soon, he's listening
Oh, okay.
right now. He says, y'all remember Cry Baby by Johnny Depp?
I don't remember that movie. I remember when it came out. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay.
Was it a good? Did you see it?
I didn't know.
Have you seen
I've
it?
never
I
even
saw
heard
it,
of
but
it.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Well, he'll be here in a few minutes.
You know what a
Maybe we can
great-
talk about
Johnny Depp.
it.
You know what?
I wish.
You know what a great Johnny Depp movie, and it had Johnny Depp and Leo DiCaprio in it. Do you know what that is?
Oh,
Do you?
I'm
Eating Gilbert Grape?
oh,
okay.
man, I really thought Leo was mentally challenged. I did. Because he did such a good job.
He did a great job
He
in that.
was unreal.
Yeah.
That was a great.
No,
movie.
that
was
is
one
a
of the
great
best
movie.
ones,
It had a lot of great elements in it. Yeah, Johnny Depp was super cool at that time. He had just come from 21 Jump Street, the TV show.
Yeah.
And he was on there with Richard Grieco, who was also at that time a sex symbol. And then I don't know what happened to Richard. He showed up as a cameo not too many years ago, but he kind of disappeared.
I love seeing the movies where you have a celebrity that does, a certain thing, and then they
Yeah.
go and try something else,
Yeah.
and they just kill it.
Yeah,
Robin Williams was good with that too. You
Man.
ever seen him in a few of his serious roles?
Yeah, of course I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robin Williams is pound for pound one of the greatest
He's
actors and
he's
comedians of all
untouchable.
time.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, his if you ever go and watch his stand up, like it's very different than maybe what you saw from him on TV. First of all, he's not family friendly. I promise you that. But man, his stream of conscious is they call
Oh,
it
he was
stream
so
of consciousness. He was a comedian who he just went right off his head, and it just whatever came out. And he is the best at it. I mean, he was phenomenal.
So he was in Memphis about 2 years before he died.
Really?
And I
Yes.
regret so.
Oh,
bad.
oh, man.
so bad.
Yeah, I bet. He was one of those people that when that happened, it's
I
one of those
cried.
world stop moments.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of people, it really was a strong
And he
impact
grew
on
up
them.
So rich. Did you know that?
I did not know
Like
that
in a
actually.
house with like 10 bedrooms. It
Yeah.
is-
No wonder he loved cocaine.
Yeah, but he was I think an only child, so that's
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a lot of his. He was an
Yeah.
only child, and his parents, I think, traveled a
So
lot,
rich.
and so
Yeah.
that's where he kind of
So he made up things to keep
yeah
himself
to
occupied.
keep himself occupied
Yeah,
as a
and have-
kid, and
yeah.
that's
Okay.
that's really what
Yeah.
you know.
Well, he was brilliant. He came from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spun off to Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, that's where Mork and Mindy came from, which I watched it as a kid, and it was funny to me. It's probably really dumb now, to be honest with you. If I watched it now, I'd probably be like, that's dumb.
Mork and Mindy.
Yeah. But at that time, but have you ever noticed that about some of the movies that when you were a kid, they were really great, but
Oh,
you go
yeah.
back and you watch it, and it's like,
Really?
oh, it's not. It's like,
Do not watch Purple Rain again.
no, I didn't. I don't know if I watched it the first time.
The music was great.
No,
but
the album's awesome.
The acting is so bad.
Oh, it's
What-
got Apollonia in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
and
I love
Prince.
is watching movies that I used to watch as a kid, but watching them as an adult and catching the undertones and what they're saying and being
right.
like,
yeah, that's fun.
can't believe that they were saying that to me when I was 12 years old
Well,
watching Aladdin.
Look, PG in the 80s is R now. I mean, you could get away with a lot in a PG movie back then. Yeah, I remember when I went back to watch, because I held National Lampoon Vacation at way up on my comedy list, from
Oh,
when
yeah.
I was in my 20s to probably my mid 30s. And now I watch it and I'm like, it was funny in the era, but it's not that funny now.
Right.
If I watch it, it's chuckle worthy at moments, but it's not great. Now, Fletch is still funny as hell. I like Fletch. Did you like Chevy Chase?
I did, but now you hear so many things about him.
About
how-
being an asshole.
yes,
Yeah.
and then watching him on Community, I didn't like him on that show either.
No, I've heard that in recent years. I mean, most people have said that he's very difficult and kind of a jerk. And you hate that when you like somebody so much and you find out they're an a-hole.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why-
it's like it's disappointing.
I think that's why Donald Glover left Community, because
Yeah.
he hated Chevy Chase so bad.
I could believe that. I could believe that,
He was
actually.
great on that show.
Danny Glover was?
Yeah, yep.
What happened
Wait,
is,
is that his name, Danny Glover?
why are you thinking of the guy from Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, but their names are so similar.
You're
not
you're talking about Donald Glover.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about
Close.
Childish Gambino, the rapper, Donald Glover.
Oh yeah, well he was on Community.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
left
He's
because he
he's
hated
also a
Chevy Chase.
rapper.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he goes by the name Childish Gambino.
Wow.
Donald Glover though was in Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson.
That was
Yeah,
Danny
which is
Glover. That
another-
was Danny Glover.
And now Danny Glover.
Don't
You're right.
show
You're
me.
right. You're right. Danny Glover. I mean, and I don't know when he talks like this now. His voice is all like this.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened over the years, but his voice completely is all ratted out.
Well, they're muscles in your vocal cords, and they get weak too.
Is that what happens?
Mhm, they can.
I don't know, man. There's something more to it than that. I wonder if he battled some throat cancer or something like that may
They
have
smoke.
altered it. Yeah, I guess he could have. Yeah, that was the 80s for you,
Yeah,
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was smoking then. Hey, we need to do something different.
You love your adorable new baby. Don't you want to give it every advantage? We do. You know, it's never too early to start. Botox!
Let's go get some baby Botox. Preserve your baby's skin.
Let's go get some baby Botox.
I know what you're thinking.
You're crazy. It's just a baby.
Yeah, a baby with perfect skin. How long do you think that's gonna last?
Let's go get some baby Botox.
You want your baby to be the babiest one on the playground. Wow, she doesn't look a day over 2.
Baby Botox.
You don't want other less crinkly babies laughing at it. Don't you want to be a good parent? For a change, bring your baby in now before it's too late for Baby Botox.
Baby Botox.
They're gonna hate you eventually. At least it won't be about this.
All right, let's do this now. It's time.
This is the segment, not like the other. People do stupid shit, you say, oh brother. Hey, it's not a copy or a clone of any previous bit. But if you think so, hey, we don't give a shit. Yeah. Wackadoos in the news.
Did you and Connie listen to that all the way back from Georgia? Wow.
We flew back.
Oh, you flew. So you probably
But
couldn't
the-
listen to it then, but you would have
But
if
yes,
you were.
they
Yeah.
were streaming it on the plane.
I knew that they would be. I knew they would be. I knew it was coming. I told you, people. I told you. Let's get to this now. Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says it cited 2 men for trespassing after they illegally harvested about 180 pounds of chanterelle mushrooms. They're illegal to harvest over 5 gallons of wild edible mushrooms without a specialized forest products permit. The landowner permission is also required to possess smaller quantities from private property. A sergeant came across the pair while patrolling for deer. When asked how they got on the property, they said they waited for someone to open the gate and drove in behind them. He said they initially denied having harvested any mushrooms, then stated, well, we had some, didn't say how many, about 179 pounds of them. They were taken to a buyer and sold with the proceeds being held by the court. So I'm guessing they weren't magic mushrooms. All right. And the teen who drove into the canal Saturday night in Boca Raton was not only drunk, but drove from one side of the road to the other before landing in the canal in front of an off-duty police officer. 19-year-old Amira Shawaj is too young to legally drink, didn't stop her. She drank to the point where she had a .190 on her alcohol blood level. Boca Raton police officer said she transported to the DUI room. I conducted an observation, operated the breathalyzer. She advised she was willing to provide a breath sample and did. So, wow, yeah, he watched her run right into the canal. And lucky he was there to pull her out, I guess. Colorado Springs police are now on the lookout for a group of juveniles who drove a car through the front of a smoke shop before stealing merchandise. Hey, I hope that it wasn't Crazy J smoke shop, right? An early investigation revealed a group of juveniles stole a Kia sedan, drove it through the front of a store, caused damage to the business. Then they went in and stole several items before fleeing to an unknown location. Second time in 2 months, this shop's been the target of a smash and grab. They've played Colorado this year with over 40 of them. Most happen at pawn shops, gun stores, and smoke shops. They drive through a smoke shop to steal goods. Now they're smuggling. Oh, it says, but now they'll be smuggling tobacco in their butts in prison. Yeah, that's probably going to be true. Yeah, for sure. What's going on in Colorado? I mean, isn't everybody smoking weed and having a good time there? It's legal weed there. You got the mountains, you got skiing. Why are people smashing and grabbing in Colorado?
Cost of living. It's expensive to live out there, man.
Maybe it is, yeah.
No, I know. I have some people that do live out there, and like for a 1-bedroom apartment, it's $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
In the bigger towns of Colorado, but yeah.
Denver. What do you expect? It's a ski town.
Well, I mean, hey, man,
Gotta
make ends meet somewhere.
Move to Utah. It's cheaper. The Alamosa Police Department said 2 McDonald's employees are being investigated after devising a scheme to double charge or additional fee to customers for their meals. That's right. They received a number of reports of fraudulent charges on credit cards and debit cards. 7 victims have come forward. The 2 suspects, 19-year-old Nathaniel Gutierrez and 24-year-old Josiah Medina, accused of using a Square payment app on their phone to process the fraudulent transactions, charging customers for their meals, then charging the amount to their app. Said each transaction would show the cost of the meal charged to McDonald's with a separate transaction fee to the customer's cards. Wow. And you're scamming at Mickey D's? You think you're not going to get caught doing that? Come on, man.
That's worse than eating in the cooler.
That's definitely worse than eating a nugget in the walk-in cooler. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Oh, yeah. In Nova Scotia, Amanda LeBlanc was on the lookout for someone to come over to her house and watch her dogs while she was away. What she didn't expect was to find parts of her home exposed to the world in an OnlyFans video. LeBlanc said she and her husband hired the dog sitter multiple times while they were away for a day without any knowledge that the person they'd let into their home had an adult content side hustle. Not long ago, LeBlanc stumbled on an ad on social media featuring the dog sitter, and the distinct design on the floor the girl in the ad was standing on looked familiar. So she shelled out $7.99 for a subscription and found her dog sitter had been having solo diddling sessions in their bathroom and posing by their pool.
Diddling?
Well, you know what diddling is.
Sure do.
Okay. She said she felt violated by this in the lease, but makes it clear she had no issues with people living their lives in their own way, just not in their home. Would that, if you had a dog sitter come by and then you found out they made an OnlyFans at your pool, would you be mad, Marla?
I would ask for royalties.
Yeah.
That's the right answer. Yes, I need to get paid. Let's pause for a minute. What's going on, man? Welcome back. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. Sorry I'm a little late.
No, it's good to see you.
Traffic's terrible out there as usual.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, my man. How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been real good.
Good. All right, Chris. Let's keep going here. The cops in Laredo, Texas are calling bullshit on the $1 million tequila heist story that we broke earlier this week. Initial reports said 2 trucks carrying $1 million in Santo tequila, produced by Sammy Hagar and Guy Fieri, had been hijacked. Officials in Laredo said the actual value was $385,000. The trucks weren't hijacked. They went to a different destination by mistake. So the great tequila heist never even happened.
Sounds like an inside job.
Sounds like maybe they were angling for some insurance money. Yeah, it was $1 million in tequila. Yeah, for sure.
Does tequila take like a while to make or something?
I don't know. I don't make tequila. Well, I don't even drink it. I'm allergic to the agave plant.
Oh, okay.
For real.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I can't even drink a drop of it. I'll dry heave the rest of the day.
Yeah, no good.
No, it's no bueno.
I was just trying to figure out why it was. I mean, I understand $100 million is a big deal to any company, but still, like, why couldn't you just ship more out?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'm not sure how it's produced or anything. Officials in Boulder, Colorado, still over here now, are actively working to remove signs from the road they've been deemed profane. The illegal posted signs were put up by a concerned citizen fed up with the behavior they're seeing in the neighborhood. Beneath selected speed limit signs are additional signs that read, "Get off your damn phone and slow the F down." Boulder Police Commander Darren Flatting said he appreciates the gesture of what the person who was intending to do, but it's a crime to add additional signs to theirs. That's pretty funny, though. I bet it did get a lot of attention. All right, this is for some of you who may be looking for a way out. The small Sardinian village of Olali is offering Americans an escape from post-election stress by selling historic homes for €1. Mayor Francesco Colombo specifically created a website targeting U.S. citizens, promising preferential treatment in the application process to help revive their depopulated towns. The population dropped from 2,250 to 1,150. He said, "We're betting on Americans to help breathe new life into our village." He said he's got 3 housing options: free homes for digital nomads, €1 fixer-uppers, and move-in ready properties under $105,000. He said with its remote charm, pristine mountain environment, and deep-rooted traditions, they aim to attract those who seek a simple, more balanced lifestyle. Would you go to Italy for a house for $1?
Well, I mean, they're wanting a simple, more balanced lifestyle. Oh, wait, I voted for that.
Oh, no.
I'm good here.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Yeah, I'll leave though.
You're going? Yeah, you know who did?
Bye.
You know who did?
Ellen.
Ellen did.
Did she?
Ellen and Portia. Yeah.
She's got.
They're gone.
Yeah, Jason and I were just talking about this because he's a digital nomad. He could work from anywhere.
What
Yeah.
is what is a
I think it's
digital
Well, he
remote.
works
nomad?
online. Yeah. he-
Remote
Just a remote worker?
Yeah.
Oh, so Gunner's a digital nomad.
Yeah. I'm a
Okay.
digital nomad. I mean,
No, you're sitting right
Outside
here.
of
You're
here.
right here.
well, yeah.
You're not digital. Look.
It's the AI Rich.
Sorry, man. I touched Rich. I'm sorry. That was a violation. That's some kind of HR violation.
You talk to management, filing a
I'm gonna have
complaint.
to talk to the HR guy. The HR guy said, "Suck it." Okay, YouTuber Normie, or Norm, I don't know, known for his extreme challenges, recently emerged from spending 30 days in complete darkness. That sounds miserable and boring. An experience he claims broke a world record. The Australian content creator with over 1 million subscribers live streamed his confinement. Started October 16th, through tens of thousands of viewers every day. As the days progressed, his behavior became erratic. Concerning footage showed him rocking back and forth, biting a door. People were worried about his mental capacity. When the challenge ended, over 100,000 viewers, that's it, watched his dramatic re-entry into the world of light. Escorted out by a friend, he shielded his face with a towel, stepped out, said like 1,000 knives to my eyes. Then he expressed his thankfulness, and what did he say? "Stop doing these challenges, bro," one fan said. "You're going to die." Yeah. You know, people will do a lot for fame these days, won't they? And there's not really many limitations left on fame, is there?
I don't think so, especially with TikTok and everything out there, man. It's,
Yeah.
They're pretty much, whatever they think will stick to the wall, they do.
Yeah, sometimes themselves. An American man, Stephen Hayes, arrested in Japan after he used his fingernails to carve his family's name into a sacred wooden pillar at the Meiji Shrine's Torii Gate in Tokyo. What are you, a dumbass? You are a dumbass. I'm sorry. That's why you're here. Surveillance footage captured him defacing the shrine November 12th, shortly after arriving in the country with his family. He admitted it. They deemed it an act of mischief. Now he faces up to 3 years in prison, a fine of about $2,000. It's a landmark that was dedicated to the emperor and empress. Signs warning against damaging it have since been erected, as similar incidents of shrine vandalism have risen in Japan. You see, that's why you can't go anywhere nice, man, because dumbasses go over somewhere like that and they do stupid stuff.
This is why we can't have nice things.
That's why you remember the lady the OnlyFans lady who got up on a pyramid and got it on, which was completely illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they wanted to get her bad, and I don't mean like hook up with her. I mean, they wanted to put her in prison. They were very mad about that, man.
That's like my biggest fear, because I've never been out of the country. But
Okay.
like that is my biggest fear about going out of the country, is that I would go to another country, break a law, and end up being stuck in prison in like Thailand or something.
Yeah, I think you've watched too many movies in the 80s. That happened at a lot of them, I mean, so I get that. Here's an exciting new sculpture. I know that you're looking for, unique Christmas gifts, but the periwinkle sculpture at Ernley Viewpoint, this is in England, is designed to look like a animal, but instead everyone is saying the sculpture, instead of a snail, looks like a giant poo. What do you think, Marla? Does that
Yeah,
look
looks
like a?
poo.
Yeah. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, that's
What do you think, Chris?
That looks like the poo emoji.
Yeah, no, it does.
Give us some googly eyes. You got the poo
Yeah,
emoji.
that's exactly what you got. And I think he may have missed the mark a little bit on his sculpting. Sometimes maybe it's not for you. By that I mean sculpting. Find another career. That one's not going to work out. You can buy grass from an Eagles game at Lincoln Financial Field if you're interested in that for $29.99. You can bring a piece of these games home or gift them to a fellow fan. For $30, you can get some grass from the November 14th Eagles versus Commanders, November 3rd Eagles versus Jaguars, and September 16th Eagles versus Falcons. The October 13th game against the Browns already sold out on the site. A video shows the realist team collecting the clippings on the field after the game. Said, straight from the heart of action. Yeah, that's right. Somebody on the Eagles' ass juice fell on this grass, and you can have it. You know what I mean?
I was just gonna say, I don't know if I'm just a cheap ass or what, but like, who is spending money on
That's
freaking grass
People
from a football
spend money
game?
on stupid shit. That's
They do.
just
Yes.
dumb.
That
It
ain't
is
the kind
dumb,
of
isn't it?
grass I'm buying. I'm telling you that.
No, it definitely is not.
No.
If I'm going to drop 30 on some grass, it's going to be some gas. You know what I'm saying? You see what I did there? That's a good place to do this. We're out, yeah.
If you or someone you love suffers from dick gas, the National Center for Penile Farting can help. Our staff specializes in treating your dude queefs in a number of ways, alleviating the social stigma that dick farting can cause. The initial consultation is free. Just for contacting us, we'll give you a very tiny kazoo. You put it in the, It's time to stop dick farting for good. Operators are standing by, and they're trained not to laugh.
That is very ironic that happened right after it.
Yeah, dude, that's
Did I say gas and that? Well, anyway, you understand what just
today
happened
on
there.
Patrick and the People. I learned about dick farting.
I think that's gonna be my new put down. Like, you're such a dick.
You're such a dick fart.
Such a dick,
That's
just
it.
dick gas coming out of you everywhere,
My
man.
girlfriend called me that the other day, and I didn't know what she was referring to.
Called you a dick fart.
Now you've been educated. See, you just learned something, man. That's great. Who we got there at the door,
That's
man?
Cody. I'm gonna let him.
Oh, okay. Come on, let Cody in there. Marla, I'm going to have you swap out just for a moment, if you don't mind. Where do you right? Went around the other way. He got confused. Okay, he'll be right back. So what's going on with you, man?
Oh, nothing too exciting. Just living life, as you could say. No real shows booked right now. It's a little slow time.
Yeah,
Uh,
slow comedy time for you.
for me, yeah, it seems like it kind of peters out towards the winter times.
Yeah.
Summertime is pretty active.
Really, I always found the opposite here. Matter of fact, when I was doing shows all over the state, I would never. We learned to cut off during summer because everybody goes to the lake. Everybody goes out. They're staying out. They're outside. They're outdoors. All that. And so we only performed in fall or winter, sometimes spring. But for you, it slows down in the winter.
Well, I don't know if that's just here or necessarily or just the way it's been the past couple of years. It's
Yeah.
just, it seems like more, I guess, establishments that want to actually have shows seem to be more prone to wanting to do it during the summertime because I guess
Gotcha.
maybe business might fall off a little bit during the wintertime.
Okay.
People aren't out as much. I'm not sure.
Gotcha. Was that Cody?
It was. He'll be in here in a minute. He had to
He had to
check
go
out
in
the
and.
facilities first.
Yeah, no, I understand
Likes to
completely.
tour the whole studio.
Yeah, no, he wants to see what it's all about here at the Legion Scaffold Broadcast Studio because it is a dope place here.
Absolutely.
It's super cool.
Dude, it
Listen,
really is.
I posted something yesterday because sometimes I forget to mention, but it definitely bears it. If you think our studios look cool, you can thank Game Time Wraps for that. They wrapped our studio, and look, they can wrap vehicles, they wrap walls, they wrap floors. I mean, anything that you want wrapped. They're over in Maumelle, and Man, they are some good people over there. Bob is an amazing human being. He's the leader over there, the owner, and him and his wife are just spectacular people. I mean, honestly, they are as good as gold. And you'll never forget when you meet Bob because he's about 6'9".
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
big guy.
Yeah,
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 you're gonna be,
yeah,
yes,
no,
sir.
and you know, when you say you look up to someone, I look up to Bob.
Right.
Bob is a big guy, man. I mean, and tall. Is what I'm saying. He's not even a fat dude or anything. He's just big.
Well,
you
I
know?
don't want to give
Like
out.
Shaq big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Except Shaq's a little bigger than that, but it's crazy, man. You know, when you see somebody. As a matter of fact, the guest we had yesterday, he was 6'8". You can look at the picture online of me. I looked at it last night and went, you know, sometimes when you're just talking to someone, you don't think about it. But when I looked at us side by side, I went, man, I look like a little kid next to that dude, man. I mean, he is a big guy, man, 6'8". I'm like, wow, 6'8". That's a whole different experience in life to be that kind of tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure in many ways it's good, but there's got to be a lot of ways it's probably a disadvantage as well.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, like, legs hang off the end of the bed all the time.
Yeah, that could be
that'd
one of them.
annoying.
Yeah, definitely would be annoying. Cars probably don't fit the same for you.
Right. Having to duck to get into everything.
Hard to find pants long enough.
Yeah.
You'd be wearing a lot of slacks that look like capris on you.
Floodwater high risers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what we used to call them as kids. We call them floods when your pants were too short.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what you call them.
Yeah.
Floodwaters.
Floodwater, yeah.
We called them high waters.
High waters. Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear us doing the quiz earlier for the modern the slang? Are you in on the slang?
I thought I was, but then I hear stuff like based and capped, and I get them all mixed up.
Oh, okay.
I thought cap meant like it was good, and apparently no, cap means like that's bad. I'm like,
Yeah, it's a lie.
I'm
Cap's a
like,
lie.
I'm like, a cap's something you put on your head.
You're right.
Yeah,
So-
could be.
He
Could be.
said based though. What's
Based?
Based?
Have you heard that?
Now I'm confused about that one as well. I'm not sure what based is because I've heard it. It feels like I've heard it.
Well, you baste the turkey.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. But I haven't heard it.
No, it's not that. It's
Otherwise.
based. BASED.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
based is a word you use when you agree with something or when you want to recognize someone for being themselves. If you're courageous and you don't care what other people think, you're based.
I don't even understand how that.
That doesn't even make
relates.
sense.
Well, I didn't create the definition.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
just
I
telling you
know,
that
but I'm
if
just
you yell at me
saying, like-
again.
Sorry, man. The angriness is
well, if
contagious.
Wait, I got Marla sitting over here because Cody. Where's Cody at? I'm trying to give him this chair.
Yeah, he'll be here in a minute. I
Marla,
guess.
come back and
He's
sit
tied
down
up.
till Cody shows up. I
Cody.
want Marla, but I like her by my side.
Hey, man,
over there.
I'm not gonna fault him. That hour drive from Hot Springs
no,
is
he
a bit
has to take care of business over there.
Are we gonna bring out the wheel tomorrow?
The wheel of pain. No, I've got to cut the triangles, and I'm still looking for more suggestions
Okay.
for certain things to put on the wheel of pain.
Did we add the Carolina Reaper thing, or is that in?
We did add the hot pepper, the Carolina Reaper, or
Yeah.
ghost pepper, whichever it may be, as one. We got the whooping stick. We've got a shock collar, paintball gun.
Minstrel simulator.
Yeah, that
Still
one.
got your pads and might all right.
Yeah, no, I gave the pads that might all away. All right,
Hi, I'm
There he is.
come on in, and have a seat, man. Come on in here, man. How you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
Man, I'm great, man. Good to meet you. Come on in, Cody. Sit down, man. This is Cody. Rich works with Cody in boxing training.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Is that
So
correct?
Cody is he's a professional MMA fighter here in Arkansas. He's
Okay.
got a fight coming up, Little Rock. I'll let him tell you about that here. It'll be coming up soon. But he's also my training coach
All right.
in boxing.
Let me give you a little coaching real quick here on this mic. You just want to get right. Look, you see where my lips are like this?
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
very uncomfortable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's where you want to be. Okay. So tell me about yourself. Introduce yourself to everybody. Tell them who you are and what you do, man.
What's up, guys? My name's Cody Beck. I'm from Hot Springs, Arkansas. I've been a native down there for about 15, going on some 15 years. I'm a pro fighter, MMA, boxing. I've been doing boxing since 12, 13 years old. But yeah, I'm from down there from Hot Springs. I'm training at OTC, which is off the chain MMA. I got my own little personal gym down there behind my house. So
okay.
yes, sir. And I got a fight coming up soon. We're just slowly getting ready for it.
Okay. So it's an MMA fight or boxing?
MMA this time, yes, sir.
Okay. And so where is that going to be at?
It's going to be I know it's here in Little Rock. I just can't remember the.
That's all right. That's
gym
all right.
center's name. Yes,
That's
sir.
all right. When is it?
January 18th.
January 18th. Now, how many fights have you had? MMA fights. What's your record? Let me ask you that.
So this will be my 6th pro MMA fight. My record right now is 2-3.
2-3. Okay.
Yes, sir. Overall, I've had about 13 MMA fights. Well, that's amateur.
Right.
Combined, yes, sir.
So, when you start fighting, getting out there and actually getting fights, you go past the practice or past the sparring and all that. How do things change? I mean, how do you evolve as a fighter in those circumstances?
Well, I can say, like on an amateur level, it's a lot of just showing up to the gym, getting the rounds in, getting
Yeah.
the bag work in.
Yeah.
When it gets to the pros, I made my pro debut when I was 3-1 as an amateur.
Okay.
So kind of early for some people. Some people get about 10 in. Just had people believe in me, and I feel like it's all about self-drive and mental. Like once you hit that pro level, no matter where you're at, it's about holding yourself accountable. My teammates always say, "Man, how's your guy doing today? What's your guy doing today?" Just
Yeah.
holding yourself accountable, making sure you're putting in the rounds.
Yeah.
Not only that, sparring intensity. You gotta up the sparring when you're a pro, just simply because these guys that are pro, they've either done it for several years or in the gym 2-3 times out, a day. So
And I think it's interesting too. Well, let me ask this: how do you classify your fighting style? Are you more of an upright fighter? Or are you a grappler? I mean, what's your style?
man, it's funny for MMA. I'm a boxer first before anything.
Okay.
But a lot of guys know I like to box. So for MMA, I've turned into a grappler because people they try to get me down pretty quickly.
They expect that you're going to want to go upright, so you've learned to fight on the ground more.
Yes, sir.
And is that a hard transition when you've been an upright fighter for so long to do that?
My amateur career happened so fast. I was really knocking people out left and right, and I didn't get a chance to grapple.
Okay.
I wrestled, a junior college wrestled up here in Little Rock, Arkansas Baptist. So I had some experience with the ground, especially with my weight. But yeah, it was a whole new switch. Once I turned pro, like my first fight, I remember going against this dude named Braxton Smith. He's been in the UFC now already. He was so strong. And I was just like, oh, wow, it's a big difference.
There's a big difference, yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's like going from college to the pros in football or something. When you go from college, I mean, you may be a great college player, but when you go to the pros, everybody was the greatest college player. So now you're not, every UFC guy is, even the weak UFC guys are great, right?
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So tell me about what led you to get into, combat fighting, combat sports.
In all honesty, I was doing Boys and Girls Club boxing about 12 to 13.
Mhm.
Mom kind of tossed me in there. I was getting in trouble. It was something like, hey, let's go let some anger out. I did that till, 18, 19. I graduated high school. I went up to college up here in Little Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found my passion for wrestling.
Okay.
And ever since then, MMA was really growing. I was a semi-fan since 2007. John Jones, Rashard Evans, Chuck Liddell. I always watch it with my mom's at Buffalo Wild Wings on the weekends, but it was really when I was in college that it grew on me. Louis Pena, he was my college wrestling roommate.
Yeah.
And he's in the UFC now. He's UFC vet.
He is.
Violent Bob Ross, and
Yeah.
I give all the credit to them and that team. I was like, wow, I love MMA. This is something I want to do. And
Now, how does one say, I want to get into a ring where someone's going to hurt me, and I know that? I mean, how do you get your mind around knowing? Because look, even if you're a great fighter, you're going to get hit, and you're going to get hit hard.
for sure.
Even when, I always look at when they do, what do they call the leg kicks? So, when you see that and you think, man, does that hurt? Hell yeah, that hurts. you don't understand how bad that hurts, man.
Absolutely.
How do you even prepare for that?
I don't brag about this because it's like it happened in my past, and it's just part of me. But
Yeah.
growing up, I was always in a fight. There was a reason my mom threw me in boxing. I was,
She wanted to get you in productive fights instead of street fighting.
and I was getting in a lot. Like seriously, I'm not joking. When I was a teenager, we had nothing to do around Hot Springs besides get dropped off at the mall and then walk over to the skating rink after the mall and stay till midnight.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would bring a backpack full of a couple pair of gloves, and I would just walk around the mall, and all these teenagers are there. I'm just walking around. Hey man, let's go box out back. I got a spot. Let's go fight. You want to fight? You want to fight?
You just wanted to scrap,
I
man.
just wanted to scrap, man. It was fun. I didn't look at it as no animosity. I just was trying.
Right.
I didn't think of it at this time, but I was just gaining a whole bunch of experience.
So how is it, because, I remember, look, I fought when I was a kid quite a bit, but it was probably not to the level you did. But in my neighborhood, a lot of people fought. That's how you solved problems when you were a teenager back then. And but I can remember getting hit a couple good times where it was like, man, I can't do no more of this. How is it that you can, take a shot like that where, it's so hard, so powerful, and keep your levity about you? How does that happen? Is that just because of the sparring that you've done so much, you can move through it, or is there something special in there that helps people elevate past it?
In all honesty, I really think some people have a special gift of getting hit. You can either take one or you can't. Or it's like you said, sparring does help. When you're in there getting the rounds, getting drugged through what we call the deep waters.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily, we don't want to take so many shots in sparring, but you got to get used to be able to deflect them or absorb them in some sort of way.
Yeah, you
So,
have to, I'm sure. I mean, you can't get in there and the first time you really get hit being a fighter, you're done, right?
yes, sir. So a mixture between the two is very solid.
Okay.
Absolutely. And, like I said, you either train a lot and get used to it, or you have heart and it's something that just drives you.
Right. Now, Rich says that you also teach kids boxing and whatnot. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So how does that work? If I'm a parent and I'm like, I'd really like to get my son into something productive where he can develop some self-confidence and, some abilities and some discipline, self-discipline, some core strength and things like that. How would they, get with you to get something like that set up?
Man, I'm a social media guy. Like, if you search me on Facebook, I got a hyphenated last name. It's Cody Salazar, Salazar Beck. But you can really find me underneath Cody Beck. It'll pop up.
Okay.
Man, I train
Beck,
kids.
Beck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like the old German beer. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah. Of course.
But yeah, man, I teach Monday through Fridays, 5 to 6. I got a lot of availability when it comes to training. But yeah, anyone interested, man, give me a search.
How young of kids do you start with training with? What age do you recommend they start training?
5 to 6 is perfect because the muscle core mind is there. They're able to focus. My son's 3, but he trains and he knows what to do a little bit already. But
I know this to be true to some extent because I remember when my son was in basketball and we were working with him to get him to be more assertive, aggressive. And one of the things the coach said is, look, you've got to get them. He said maybe in taekwondo, karate, something where they can develop at 5, 6 years old, understand that how contact works. Because if you've never had contact and you go into sports where there's physical contact, it can be intimidating. But once you've been in a fighting environment, whether it's taekwondo or martial arts, boxing, whatever, that you lose some of the apprehension about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with kids, I've noticed they're kind of scared of the gym at first because kids, they look at fighting as like, oh my God, a fight. They don't look at it like, oh, I can train. And
we used to circle around and watch that shit as a kid, man. You'd be like, fight. Everybody come running around, you'd circle,
Excuse me, I'm going to share this video real quick so my people can see it.
Okay.
And another good thing about it too is just, outside of the physical attributes and the learning to fight and everything, I think honestly for any kid and even for an adult, for me, I've gained a lot of confidence from doing it.
Well, yeah, I would imagine, as a kid, it's probably somewhat more impactful, but as an adult, you can absolutely gain confidence in ways like that. When you go through something, whether it's, a fighting thing, whether it is a situation where you're running, anything that requires you to use strength and endure.
Oh yeah,
is going to be good. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, he'll put you through a training session for sure. There's not a training session that I leave after working with Cody that I'm like, oh, that was easy. I can't wait to,
So Cody, if
Get my ass kicked.
let's say that I myself said, hey Cody, I want to train, man. That's what I want to do. I want to learn how to fight. Where would you start me?
Man, I would just start with all honesty. I always tell people, look, I don't care what your experience is, man. Anybody can train boxing, kickboxing, MMA. You just get in there, and literally, you got to start slow. There's a slow process to understand. Like, hey, it's gonna take some time. I got to figure out which, if you're right or left-handed, how you stand, how you move forward, how you move back laterally. It's just a slow process, man. Getting someone.
So you kind of you start with maybe footwork
and a base, getting a base underneath you, because without a base, your feet will be behind you trying to punch, move forward. So,
right, and you could be off balance super fast that way, right?
Yes, sir. And then I focus on the base real important for a couple weeks because man, it's going to build coordination and balance,
Mm-hmm.
more skills other than just learning how to fight, and then it's a slow roll from there.
Yeah.
So
Now, if you're clumsy, will it fix that?
it will fix it, man. It does work on coordination, and I hate to say this, but if I do notice someone's lacking a little coordination, man, I'll just come up with some drills to help that, help it out a little bit.
Yeah, because teenage boys' arms fling everywhere randomly. They knock shit over, tear stuff up. I mean, that's just how it goes down, right?
And then, like, even for you, if you wanted to train or had like a little 4-year-old or a 30-year-old woman or a 30-year-old man, I just ask them what their goals are. Because at the end of the day, I am a personal trainer as well as a fundamental boxing coach. So.
Right. So you can coach the fundamentals. You can coach boxing. You can coach MMA. You can do any of these things or use a combination of all of those things to help someone obtain the physical conditioning they want to be in.
Yes, sir. And yeah, it comes down to, hey, do you want to learn some fundamentals and lose weight, or do you want to just take it slow and just learn boxing? Because there's a different approach. Like Rich, when we first started, we were working out a lot, and then I just started adding more technique to it, more fundamentals, because I was like, man, he's got the skills, and we just slowly been building.
Oh, he's got the skills. He's got the skills. What?
It just takes a little bit of belief, man, and people like when you go into boxing or MMA, you just got to be open to learn. You got to realize that, man, your coach, the guy teaching you, he ain't perfect. He learns every day still too. But you got to just be open.
All right.
To be open.
So let's ask some tough questions. What's the hardest you've ever been hit? What happened? Did you get knocked out?
I did. So man, shout out to Braxton Smith.
Braxton,
I want a rematch with you, bro. With all respect, of course, but man, Braxton Smith, he's been in the UFC now. He's fighting bare knuckle boxing here soon.
Oh wow, okay.
I technically got knocked out. It was my pro debut. I was putting it on him, man. I really was. And then
you were doing it. You were feeling yourself.
Putting it on him, man. I hit him twice in the thigh, and he said one of them was a nut shot, which let's all be real, we know it wasn't. I think he was tired.
Little trash talk in here. I love it.
But man, it set me off. No matter what, it set me off my balance. And he got like a 3-minute break. Off the break, we come off, we touch gloves again, and I went to go dip and got caught with a head kick.
Oh, you got caught with a head kick. Yeah. Oh my God, man. That's a bell ringer there, isn't it?
It was. I will say this. Out of all the people he's fought, I'm the only one that wasn't snoring. When he hit me, he put me down. He sat me down, but I was looking at him in the eyes the whole time.
But you weren't in there.
It was weird. I was, but I wasn't, because I remember hitting the ground and seeing this big old guy come at me, and I was like, what did he just hit me with?
Where am I?
All I could do was put my hands up, and the ref stopped it before he put any more damage on me, thankfully.
Yeah.
When it was my pro debut, I was looking to go out on my shield.
I had that same experience, but it was a girl in 7th grade that knocked me out like that. This is a little more embarrassing, to be honest with you. So that's a better story. So what do you, are you still pursuing advancing your fight career and working towards, getting to the UFC or wherever it is you may want to go?
For sure, man. So the UFC is always the end goal for me, honestly. I know I'm 2-3 right now, but I look at it like this. I had a really fast start, and then 2 of my injuries came within 5 seconds because I had an AC joint tear I needed surgery on. And I mean, one of my fights, I went to go pick up someone, slam him, shoulder came out, ref stopped.
Oh, wow.
Second, the last one, which was a year, on January 18th, it'll be a year since I fought MMA. Same thing kind of happened, but I was fighting for a takedown, got taken down and slammed on my shoulder, and it popped my shoulder out again. So I've overcome those. I did a year of, physical therapy. I made my pro boxing debut this year. I've just been busy staying.
Oh, so you're both doing MMA and pro boxing.
Yes, sir. And I've been really reserved for boxing because, I know I got the skills there. I've been just wanting to,
Well, and in fairness, and I'm guessing that it does take some of the pressure off of your shoulder to just box versus to have to fight and grapple and pick people up. I mean, that's a lot more strain, right?
100%. And it did it for a confidence booster too. Help my shoulder heal and get used to combat again.
So you made your pro boxing debut.
Yes, sir.
And where was that at?
Man, don't give me a line. Harlington, Texas, down there south of Texas.
Okay.
It was super cool. I made my pro debut against someone that was 3-1 already.
Yeah.
So,
and how'd it go?
Man, I came up 1 point short against this guy.
But you fought hard and you kept in there. That's great,
yes,
man.
Yes, sir. And I fought hard against someone that had 4 fights against my 0. And, at the end of the day, I got a lot of experience, but I'm self-trained. So I take that. I'm very proud of myself for being able to compete with these guys that have made it to the UFC and made it all these wins. And that's something I've came really while I'm on the topic.
Yeah.
Last year has been something like, I really got to elevate outside my shell, get out of my gym, go to other gyms, train with other people. That way I can really grow to the level I need to be.
That's awesome, man. That's
Sure.
awesome. Well, congratulations on your success. Now, again, if people are interested in learning more about you, seeing you fight, maybe training with you, or even getting their kids trained, what's the way to find you?
Man, easy. Facebook, Cody Beck. You're gonna see a verified check mark with a hyphenated last name. Um, or heck, I'm not even scared to get my number out, man. 282-8974. Put the 501 in front of it. Reach out to me. Just tell me what you got going on, some goals. I'm down in Hot Springs. If you can make it to me, let's do some work. Adults, kiddos, whatever, all age levels. Let's go.
That is awesome. That is awesome. And if you can stick around for a little bit, maybe at the end of the show, we could do a little demonstration of, some of that technique and stuff.
sir.
We can move the camera over there and let you and Rich, show how you guys work together. And who knows, maybe I'll jump in and throw a punch. I'm not as strong as you guys are,
Absolutely.
but might try my hand and just see what that's about if you want to stick around.
And I'll help.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'll help him out here too. So Cody, you're gonna be in that fight with a Real Deal Championship coming up January 18th in Little Rock, right?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, it's gonna be at 2600 Howard Street. That's the address, 2600 Howard Street.
Okay.
Tickets are $30 for regular admission, $45 for front row. VIP is $90.
Okay. So
And I
this
do
is a
believe-
big card. Good
Oh, dude,
card
and
here.
this is a great. I've actually announced for this promotion before.
Really?
They
Okay.
put on a great event.
Yeah.
And usually everywhere they go is sold out and packed out, man.
Okay.
It is top notch.
So get tickets as soon as you can
Get
them.
tickets as soon as you can, and I believe actually they can get tickets through you, right, Cody?
Right. I don't have physical hard copies yet, but I should be getting them this Friday.
I
at
bet if
least.
they reach out to you online, you'll get them tickets, won't you?
I'll get you tickets no matter what. If you want the physical or if you want just the digital.
You
ones.
reach out to him
Yeah.
online, I bet you can get not only a ticket, you might be able to run into him at the show and get an autograph.
Hey, for sure. And man, listen, real quick while I'm on it, I'm doing a couple. I do this for every fight. I do 4 ticket giveaways. So you got a crew you like to bring and watch some fights, man. Hop on my Facebook. I ain't posted it yet, but I will. I'll be doing a giveaway soon. As soon as I get them physical copies, I'll make a little video saying, hey, either like, share this post, whatever, tag a friend you want to bring to my fight, and I'll pick a crew to go. So
Hey, that's a dope opportunity. So why don't you go follow him on Facebook, see what he's all about, see if you can get yourself some free tickets, and maybe find yourself a personal trainer, boxing coach, MMA coach, whatever. We'll stick around for a little bit. I'm gonna get you to swap back out with
Yes, sir.
Marla, but stick around in here. In just a few minutes, we'll do a little demonstration if that's okay, if you have time.
absolutely. I got
All
you.
right, great. Come on back, Marla. We'll get her back over here now.
Marla, welcome back.
Yeah.
See, you didn't get too far out of the country yet.
Now, as a physical trainer or a physical personal, doing what you do, what is that's got to ring true to you. Some of the things that he's saying about conditioning and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Now you deal with obviously in your line of work with physical therapy, you deal with a lot of injuries like what he's talking about, where a shoulder comes out,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got someone who's a fighter or who is an active athlete like that, and that shoulder is an issue, how do you rehab that back where it doesn't keep happening?
I'm gonna make sure that there's that it's stabilized. So if he's someone that might overtrain chest and doesn't work the back,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm gonna make sure everything is trained.
So all the
Stable.
muscles around it
Yeah.
are strengthened to keep it there intact.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's like way down the line. Like he's just trying to lift his arm initially.
Yeah.
Especially at an AC joint, because that's just super tight.
Yeah. Okay. So now, if you don't know, Marla has exceptional PT, physical therapy in Benton. That is her business. And if you need a physical therapist, I can tell you that for sure, at least 3 times she saved my ass. Without a doubt. At least 3 times where I've had different injuries. The most recent one that she bailed me out of was frozen shoulder. If you've ever had frozen shoulder, it is a very, very uncomfortable thing, man.
Didn't you just wake up with it?
I did.
Yeah,
I
that's
literally,
yeah.
it was the weirdest thing. I just woke up and all of a sudden my arm, I couldn't lift it up, past here. And when I did, it was excruciating. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Sounds just
Oh, it was terrible,
Oh, my
man. And I didn't know what I'd done. At first I thought I just slept on it like that. because sometimes you'll
Right.
sleep on your arm and
He'll
you know
fall
for an
asleep.
hour or so it'll hurt or whatever, and then you just work through it, and it's it. But this wasn't, and I had to go. I was like, I don't know what I've done. And maybe I tore something.
Right.
And luckily, Marla has knowledge and experience, and she said, "Demi, you got frozen shoulder. Let's fix it." And that's what she did. You know,
That was a quick fix, though.
it was, it
Because,
really was.
because
No,
you caught it so early.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't, especially guys, they don't go get it checked out.
oh no, if something hurts on me, you can bet I'm getting it
Good,
checked out
good.
tomorrow. Yeah, I don't wait. I'm not that guy. You know, it's going to happen. What you know, what as a physical therapist, you know, when you're talking about active people, what is something that would be helpful for them to know that would either A, prevent them from coming to you, or B, to know to get to you sooner about?
Well, I don't want to prevent them from coming to me. Diet is huge. And
Okay.
That's what one of the certifications I'm going in now is food is medicine, and your diet can help you heal so much quicker.
Now, I do see more and more that they seem to be having research that where it shows certain foods can cause more inflammation, or
Right,
certain
yeah.
things cause more
And then there's
inflammation.
an anti-inflammatory diet also.
Yeah. So, what are some things that we know through science may create more of that in people? You know, the negative inflammation like that.
I mean, as in food?
Yeah.
Or, oh, well, McDonald's. All
So
the,
you mean fast food, processed food?
all the processed foods. Yeah, you need to eat. You don't need to eat like raw vegan. You need to eat a good anti-inflammatory diet,
Okay.
which is online. But you know,
Now I see back and forth whether sugar
Sugar's
literally
awful.
causes inflammation. Does it?
absolutely, yeah.
What about grains?
It depends on if they're
But-
bleached. You don't want the bleached wheats and flours and all. But good whole grains are
Uh-huh.
better.
There's a difference though, because there's good sugar to have, and then there's bad sugar. That's where I always get confused at, right?
What's the good and what's the bad sugar?
That's what yeah.
Well, you don't
Because
want
like I know
that
there's like sugar in honey, but honey is good for you.
in moderation. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want the
Oh.
high
But you know,
fructose
sugar
corn
in my Mountain
syrup.
Dew is like stay away.
You need to just throw that crap out.
Right.
Yeah.
What
But
is it?
High fructose or his Mountain Dew.
I said
Oh,
there's
I don't
sugar in
know.
honey,
Yeah,
and
that's
honey is like healthy for you. Like they recommend,
no,
you know,
Mountain
that's
Dew
fine.
is like
but
poison.
Mountain
Yeah.
Dew has a sandwich bag full of sugar in it.
Yeah.
So think of a little Ziploc bag, half full of sugar. And that's what's in there. And that is all inflammation in
And
your
I
body.
don't know, you know, it's so weird. This is the weirdest thing. I don't know if I've ever said it out loud to anyone other than my wife, but I can't drink Mountain Dew. When I was a kid, I thought it was the best tasting drink in the world.
Yeah.
But now if I drink it within 30 minutes, I'll have a stomach ache real bad. I mean,
That
like,
is a gut response. Inflammation.
but I mean, no other soda does that to me at all, but that one.
Well,
The highest amount of sugar, Mountain Dew.
I've
Yeah.
heard of
The
people
worst.
getting like ulcers and stuff from drinking so much Mountain Dew.
I understand it
As
has
your-
something that makes your penis shrink.
I'm
I
not-
don't know, Mountain Dew
And as
drinkers,
your-
what you think about that, but
And Rich, if your
It's not true.
your personal trainer's over there and you're still doing the Mountain Dew,
Oh, I know. Hey,
he should
hey.
give you an extra
I'll
punch in
be the first
face.
one to tell you.
Yeah.
Cigarettes and Mountain Dew are my two
Absolutely.
vices in life.
The worst, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
trust
mean,
me. He kicked
Mountain
my-
Dew's worse,
We're,
I think.
we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Outside the cigarettes, I indulge in Mountain Dew probably more than I need
Just-
to.
Yeah.
Just cut it down a little.
mean, you can-
Oh,
Mm.
I've cut it down two a day.
yeah, it's
Oh,
hard.
he said
it's
Cody
hard.
was saying he had to wean
because
himself
it
off of
makes
soda
your body
addiction. Yeah.
crave more.
Oh yeah.
So if you could just
Oh, if I go a couple days without having a bottle of Mountain Dew, I'm like half. I mean,
Well,
more
yeah, I mean,
retarded than I normally.
But I mean, but the level of caffeine in it's like me and coffee. You know, like I drink coffee like people drink water in some cases. I mean,
black
I drink
coffee-
coffee from morning to night. You
But
know?
even I've heard black coffee is good for you.
it
I
is
mean, like
in
yeah.
moderation.
Yeah.
You don't, I mean, do you get heart palpitations from all the coffee you drink?
No, but I was on ADD since I was 9.
Yeah.
Or not ADD, Adderall
Yeah.
since I was 9. So if you think the caffeine, you know,
Yeah, I'm the same way,
actually,
yeah, that's fine.
actually, if I do have enough caffeine, I will get jittery from it, but it takes a large amount. But I don't mess with, I mean, other than coffee.
Like I can drink coffee and have Adderall, and I can still go to sleep.
I can take a nap.
It doesn't bother me. Yeah.
Lay right on down and go to
Yeah.
bed. Yeah, no. Some people, it is that way. If you take Adderall and you're like, bing, 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 then you probably don't need Adderall. It's not supposed to work like that. You know, it's supposed to make you normal. That was one of the weirdest things as a kid was taking, when I found out later in life, oh yeah, they were giving you speed. And I'm like, oh shit.
Well,
So of course I wasn't nearly as intimidated by the other things I shouldn't do when I found out I'd been doing speed since I was 9. It's like, well, I've already been this far. I mean, I as well
Mom gave it
sample the
to me. It's
buffet,
fine.
yeah, see what else is out there. All right, let's change it up here.
Attention station employees. Management has cut down your lunch hour to 23 minutes. No extra time will be given for pooping. Thank you.
All right, we have been very negligent this morning, so be patient. I need to get this done. You know what? As a real estate agent, I've seen lots of homes get caught up in probate. That's when somebody dies and they don't have a will. And the next thing you know, siblings are arguing over houses, possessions, cars, things like that. That is a nightmare you don't want any part of. You're going to need some help. You need someone with experience. You need Riggin Law. Okay, RigginLaw.com. Kristen Riggin there and her team are amazing at guiding you through this process. Look, you want to get what's coming to you, but you don't want to have to fight with everybody to get it. Just get Kristen to do the work for you. Go to RigginLaw.com. When you have questions, you have concerns about an inheritance, about anything like that, RigginLaw.com is the solution. Check them out. You know what? As a real estate agent, putting you with the right mortgage person is critical. One of my favorites to work with is Josh Taylor at AMC Mortgage, and I'll tell you why. A lot of guys out there are stiff. They treat you like a number. Josh treats you like a friend. He's going to work through with you on everything you need. Look, he just got a pair of my clients into a home with $500 total. Yeah, paid the closing and the down payment costs all covered in there. I'm not saying that's what you're going to get, but I'm saying that's how good he is. Check him out. Give him a call, 351-2579. It's Josh Taylor at AMC Mortgage. If you're looking for a local mortgage guy, that's one that I recommend. Have you been injured? You need an attorney with a passion for people and an obsession with justice. That attorney is Tim Reed in Little Rock. Look, they've won $1.3 million in wrongful death, almost $1 million in medical malpractice, and in insurance dispute. These guys know what they're doing, but more importantly, he's not a figurehead of some kind. He's not just some person on a poster with a picture of a rig or a smile or his dog with him. This is a real guy you can text with, you can talk to, and who will take good care of you. He'll work with you personally to get what you deserve. Check out reedfirm.com, reedfirm.com, or give him a call, 777-7333. That was an inappropriate yell right there on that button. Sorry about that. Let's go to the people for just a minute here. Kevin Reed Miller said, good morning. What's up, K-Bird? Crystal said, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hey there. Tammy said, good morning. Hey, Tammy. Said, I've gotten cold shoulder before, but not frozen. Says, my wife is dealing with frozen shoulder now. That's John the Revelator. Tell her to come see Marla. Marla, get that fixed right up. She took care of me very quickly, and it was over. And I'm telling you, you don't want it. So the first sign you get of that, go see Marla and get that resolved. Crystal said, Mountain Dew is my fuel for getting me through the day.
Yes.
I drink about 5 20-ounce Mountain Dews a day. Oh, my God. Yes, oh, my God, indeed. I use cocaine, no carbs, no sugar, fast acting. K-Bird, it is better than Mountain Dew. It's pharmaceutical, at least. How about that?
I unfortunately can't.
No, it's not
Doesn't
not allowed.
help with ADHD.
No, it's problematic. Kevin said, Jesus, that's a lot of Mountain Dew. 5 a day? Yeah, it may be 5 20-ounce. That's 100 ounces a day. Yeah, that is your fuel, isn't it, Crystal? You running. You are running wherever you go. I promise you that. All right. So back to the physical therapy stuff. What is the hardest thing to overcome, in physical therapy? What's the most challenging? Is it knee? I always hear knee is the most difficult, but what is the most difficult?
Probably neurological. Say someone's had a stroke.
Okay.
And they've lost one half of their body.
So trying to work through that and
and that's
get past
more
that.
rehab versus surgeries, hips, knees, shoulders. To me, shoulders are the worst.
Really?
They're so dynamic. They go
Yeah.
in every direction versus your knee goes, bends and straightens. Your elbow bends and straightens. Your hips surgeries are pretty easy.
Now, let me ask this, and I know this subject can get real touchy for some people, so I'm sorry, but chiropractors, some people, for a long time, people said, hey, they're not even a real doctor. Now, people say, hey, it's come a lot further. They're legitimate. What they do is legitimate. Does it complement what you do, or does it complicate what you do?
If we work together. And I do have some friends that are chiropractors. My friend Miranda is in Bryant, and she knows what I do, and I know what she does, and she's great. You gotta if you get your spine mobilized or manipulated, and you put it back in alignment, there's something that's making it come out of alignment. So
Right.
your muscles are weak, so we got to strengthen what's making it pop
Right.
out.
So in other words, it's like if your car's leaking oil, you put oil in it,
Yep.
but if it's still leaking, you got a problem you
Yeah.
need to fix. Is that
Yes, exactly. The problem I have with chiropractors, just some, is when they say they can cure heart disease or multiple sclerosis, which I have, or anything by aligning your spine, because that's just bullshit.
yeah.
And that's what bullshit is a serious
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like. And we have different philosophies, but they are doctors. They go to school for a long time.
No,
But that for the longest time they weren't recognized by the AMA.
Yeah.
And so that didn't help with them trying to be legitimate. They're legit.
No, I
Absolutely, yeah.
used a chiropractor a couple years ago for several months, and it was a good experience for me. It really did help. But I will say that it was like you see those videos sometimes online, and I know they make people nervous. They make me nervous just watching them. But it's always the one where they're standing behind you and they kind of pull your neck and they go, "Rick."
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
But
no, I had it done to me, and it did feel amazing. It was frightening. It's like being on a roller coaster in a way. It was like, am I going to die? Oh,
chiropractors can hurt people, but so can physical therapists.
I was anti-chiropractor for a long time because when I was about 25, I think, I went to a chiropractor. His name was Dr. Wholesomeback. I'm not kidding. And he nearly destroyed my back. I went out. I was in such pain when I left, and for 3 days he tried to get me to come back. And I said, "Listen here, Chief, I'm never coming back to you." Okay.
And I had a patient that he was he's 65, and he got hit by a car, and he flew 50 feet and slid under a truck, and he died twice on the scene. And I got him. His name is Steve. He's great. Got him up. It took a year to get him to walk, and then he's fully independent now. He's great.
Wow.
But his wife wanted him to see a chiropractor because I don't know, but he went to please her. And then about that time is when we started walking. And so the chiropractor took credit for him walking, and no. He did not. It was some supplements he was giving him, things like that.
Yeah.
And so he said, Steve said, I'm going to quit coming. And because he'd been going for 4 months, paying $1,000 a month for supplements. And he said, but you didn't start walking till you came here. And when I heard that, that chiropractor got a phone call. And there was some bass in my voice.
Oh, you see, she said,
Yes.
Oh, she does have it.
Yeah.
she put verbs in her sentences,
I
she
have
says.
so many verbs, but that's the kind of stuff. He didn't learn to walk because of supplements or putting his feet in water, detoxing them. It's because we worked hard for 2 years.
All right. So what are some things that you see online that people say you should do that you're like, no, you should never do that?
Oh, so everything.
Well, you just said something about putting feet in water. What is that?
But there's a like a detox. You
Oh,
put your
okay.
feet in some water and it pulls all the impurities out.
I remember in the 90s, the big thing about detoxing was you would take this stuff and then, the exciting thing, was you were going to see after you come out the other end, there were bugs in your body. And you had to get these bugs out of your body because they were doing bad things to you.
There's no bugs in
There's
there.
nothing in there that's not normally supposed to be in there. I mean, your body's, look, I mean, honestly, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it's full of different microorganisms that live within you.
Need them. And then people are taking too many supplements or doing the wrong thing, and they're flushing them out.
Yeah,
And then their gut health is bad.
that's right. And they have come to find out, I think really in the past 10 years, that your stomach is almost a second brain. Like there is a lot going on in the micro environment in there that has to do with your entire body.
Absolutely. That's your gut.
Yeah. Yeah. Microbiomes or whatever they call
Sure, sounds good. Yeah.
it. All right, then.
Today's
No, you're right,
education
you're right.
lesson.
Yeah. All right.
You're right. It is
well,
microbiome.
Mike said Miranda, the chiropractor, fixed my neck. One day
She's
couldn't
great.
walk. 2 sessions later, I was standing up straight. Plus, she's just awesome. Well, that's
She's
a good
great.
endorsement right there.
And she used to be a poker dealer in Vegas. And
Really?
yeah, there's a video of her online at a really high stakes game. It's cool.
Really, that is cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to be able to say you did that.
Yeah.
That would be fun. Do you go to Vegas, man, Chris?
Yes, I used to live in Victorville, California, which is about maybe the same distance between here and Memphis. So
Okay.
instead of going down, a lot of times instead of going down to like LA area, we would go to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
So I went there a lot before I was even 21, getting into mischief there.
Yeah.
And the ironic thing is I went there more times under the age of 21 than I ever have since I've been 21.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't go back to sample some of the ladies over there?
Well, they cost a little too much for me.
Oh, you're a comedian. I get it. Yeah. So how did you escape California?
Military.
Okay. What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Air Force.
And how long were you in?
7 years.
7 years, man. That's a good run. That's how long I was in the military myself. What did you do in the military?
I started out as military police, which is they call it security forces, but it's the
Yeah.
same thing. 2 years after that, I cross trained over into logistics, which is just think of like FedEx,
Okay.
but for
Yeah.
the military.
Right.
And
Yeah,
You know-
transport of whether it's people, weapons, anything like that into the battlefield and whatnot.
yeah, here at Little Rock, a big thing we would do is send out C-130 engines.
Right.
And we would have to, it's a whole process of prepping those engines and getting them onto. We'd have to order hot shot. Like I think there was one time, I could have sworn they said they ordered one and it was the whole process was going to take half a mil just to get this one engine from the States here to where they needed it hot shot over to Iraq.
Oh wow, yeah, that's a different kind of hot shot.
Yeah.
That's not like running a load down to Laredo, Texas, when you're trying to get it to Iraq. That's a big deal. So yeah, I can see where logistics would come into play there. So you enjoyed your time in the military or no?
I mean, I
Does
did.
anyone really enjoy their time in the military?
I mean, I lost a wife over it, but I mean, that's neither here or there. But for the most part, especially at the point in time in my life, the military was much needed. It gave me much stability,
Yeah.
much direction in life that I didn't have. I didn't have a lot of discipline. I didn't, just nothing.
I would agree with that. My mom swore that I was a different person when I came back. It's probably true. I never cleaned my room before.
I never knew how to roll socks until then.
Yeah. I'll tell you what it did do. It much like what we were talking about with Cody earlier, is when you have to overcome something that you don't think you can, repeatedly, you do gain a level of confidence or strength or something within you that's very, very helpful, or it was for me. Because when I went into basic training, man, I weighed about 240. I was lazy as hell, to be honest with you. Now, when I was 16, I'd broken my ankle, and so I was in a cast for almost a year. So, so I'd just come out of that a year when I went in the military. So I'd gotten pretty, being in a cast a year will inhibit you quite a bit, and I put on quite a bit of weight. But I went in 240, came out 180.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, they put me
Yeah.
through it, bro. They put me there. They saw me when I came in. I was that guy in the movies.
Yeah.
I was the dork. I was the one they spotted me day one, man. I'm sitting there trying to get my stuff into the bag, and the drill sergeant comes over and he goes, "What the hell are you doing, Private? Putting it in the bag." He goes, "I told you to put it in the laundry bag." And I said, "It's not big enough." He goes, "I didn't put your fat ass in there. You get it in there." And I was like, "Oh, this ain't home. This is not home. This is not my mama right here. He don't give a damn."
Did you just go through regular training, or did you have to go to like fat camp training?
To what?
Ooh,
Fat camp.
No, there was no fat.
I asked, but that's the there like I've been heavier
was-
than I was
In the
now. When I was
military,
interested in joining, like
Oh, I got you.
I was going to talk to a recruiter,
Yeah.
and I took like the ASVABs and everything, and he goes, "Okay, so I'll give you a choice. You can either come with us. We're gonna put you in fat camp at start to make you lose some
No,
weight, or you
I-
can go lose like."
I've
40
never
pounds
heard of
or-
fat camp.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is. But I would say I came out 180, so I went to fat camp one way or another.
Right. I
didn't
mean, either way, but
Yeah,
yeah.
no. There was no fat camp. It was run, fat ass. That's what they said. Run faster,
My
faster.
oldest son was in the Air Force and my daughter in the Navy, and the transformation for both of them was amazing. I think
yeah.
every kid should go through it.
You know, I don't think it's, we shouldn't, I guess, compel anyone, but I know in some countries you're required to do a couple of years of service. And I
Yeah.
do think that's not a horrible idea, because it does do a lot for your strength. It does a lot for your discipline. It does a lot for
Yeah.
your belief in self and what you can overcome.
Yeah, like my oldest one, he was really, sorry, Chase, a goof.
Yeah.
And he came out a man.
Yeah.
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 That's right. We came out men, bitches.
I do encourage anyone, especially anyone young, if they just, especially getting out of high school, if you don't know anything, like if you're just clueless and you just,
Some
for
direction.
for me, like I couldn't stay in college because I couldn't hold out a job to pay for college, and I was like, and I was with, I was with someone that I was wanting to, eventually have a long-term relationship, end
Right.
up marrying. And, if I can't hold down a job and if I can't stay in school long enough to attain a degree, what am I going to do to
Right. How are you going to live a
support?
life and support someone? Yeah.
And she didn't want me to, but I did it because I was like, well, this is what I have to do, or we're going to be living with your mom
Forever. Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. And it changed your life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it absolutely does. I do think it's a great thing. Now I do get someone's like, well, I don't want my kid to go to war. No, I get
mean-
that, and as but you can pick and choose what fields you go into as well.
If there's a war that happens, they
Yeah.
might go anyway.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, it could happen. But if for example, if you're in the Navy or the Air Force, you're not going up into Normandy storming the beaches. You're in either a sub or a ship, or you're on a plane.
Or like
you
my
know?
daughter was a corpsman. She was in the hospital.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be that. It could be medical as well. And that is another great thing about the military is that it will enable you to find career paths, because there are so many out there that are available, How long were you in, you say?
I never actually went in.
Okay.
I went to go find out.
Oh, you
about
said
it.
no to fat camp.
Well, that and I didn't pass my ASVAB
Oh,
test.
okay.
Like apparently the science side of it
It was not your bag?
was not my bag, and they were like, yeah, we can't do it. You need to go get some more schooling. And
Yeah.
at that point, I was dropped out of school, so I was like, all right, well, thanks, have a good one.
Right,
bye."
that's right.
Yeah.
But you went back and took care of your business.
Yeah, I still went and got my GED.
That's what I
just
mean. I
Never
mean,
went
you took
back
care
to
of
the
your business,
military.
yeah.
I was, all right, well,
No,
that
I
was a
get
fun
it.
thing. I figured all this out on my own. So
No, I get it. And you know what? You learned and you moved on. And sometimes failing actually is succeeding in a weird way.
right.
Because, it's just like when the Looney Bin told me, no, we're not going to give you a spot to host. If you want to come in and do, some open mic, that's cool. And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm
Right.
on the radio and stuff. What are you, open
They
mic?
told you that?
Oh, yeah. And
Was this Wayne?
no,
Okay.
this is long before Wayne.
Okay. So,
And so I got mad. Now, in hindsight, they were exactly right. I was not prepared to do that.
right.
I was not prepared as a comedian to be that guy, but in my head I was.
Right.
And
Right.
it pissed me off sufficiently. And so it motivated me to go get my own shows and book my own shows and chart my own path. I didn't take the traditional path, but it did motivate me. And sometimes that failure, that kick in the teeth, that being told,
Yeah.
no, man, you're not good enough on the science. Well, screw you. I'll
Right.
show you what I can do.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. And look at you now.
Well, it ended up that's-
Superstar, the Bruce Buffer of Little Rock. I mean, come on, man. It's Rich Rockwell, bitch. What are you talking about?
Y'all did a glow up.
I mean, I will tell you, like when I was interested in going, I wanted to go into the Air Force because when I was, this is 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
So at that point, my dream job was I wanted to be an air traffic controller.
Oh, okay.
That's what I wanted to go
Really?
to. Yeah.
That was your dream job.
Like,
That's
oh,
interesting.
air traffic controller, Chicago O'Hare. That was
Sounds
my
like
life plan.
Stress.
And like, obviously that's not how it turned out. But I'm also not complaining. I mean, I started,
You know,
the voice
they
and putting
still
them
have a high demand for air traffic controllers.
They do, and I've looked into it, but I found out you have to be, if you're over 30 years old, you can't even train to be an air traffic
Really?
controller anymore. Yep.
Wow.
Cause heart attacks.
Yeah,
it's
heart
very
attacks
stressful.
and stress and age, and yep.
It
after
probably is.
30, that career path is done.
It probably is stressful.
Huh?
You know?
Yeah, where you're in the towers, and you're,
I
fighting
never
and
thought
blah,
about
blah,
it
blah.
being that stressful, but I guess
Yeah,
it could
apparently
be.
it is, and I failed science, so there's a
Yeah,
lot of
that
science
also didn't
involved
help.
with planes, and
Okay, okay. Well, screw science then.
that's what I said, man. I can talk on a microphone. I was
That's
blessed
right.
with a voice, not
That's
a brain.
right. That's right. That's right. If I only had a brain.
Priorities.
All right, let's move to this, shall we?
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big hard fuck drowning some honey. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny. What? This shit ain't funny. This shit ain't funny.
No, it's not. And I hope that you won't laugh about any of it, because it's wrong if you do. Let's talk about some of these really, really bad things that are happening, have happened, will happen. Man, this is not a good scene for you, especially with the young people. Police in Pella are investigating a stabbing in a middle school cafeteria before the start of the day. Hey, gangbanging before breakfast? A 14-year-old detained for stabbing two female students with a knife, according to Captain Paul Haas with the Pella Police Department. Students suffered injuries but weren't taken to the hospital, I guess fairly minor. A handful of students were in the cafeteria before school started when an altercation broke out. The superintendent described the weapon as a kitchen knife that officials believe the student brought from home. Eveling said the girl's wrestling coach was able to convince the student to leave the school. They praised her for quickly diffusing it. They're investigating what led to the altercation and stabbing of the two students.
Really wanted that last piece of school pizza, man. That's
Well, that's it. You know, if it wasn't so early, I would have thought that was the case, man. Did you ever have anything crazy fight-wise pop off at school when you went to school? I mean, anything that was nuts like that, or somebody trying to stab people or anything?
I don't remember a lot of those school years.
What about you, man?
My high school actually, I went to high school in Colorado,
Okay.
not too far from Columbine.
Okay.
But we had a school shooting, but it wasn't. No one got hurt except for the school because the guy shot the school and left a mark on the school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he just shot the building.
Yeah,
not
so he was really mad about
really
going
a
to
school
class.
shooter.
Yeah, it literally.
Legitimately, the literal definition of school. He shot the school itself.
The school itself.
No, I'm down with that. I'm down with shooting the school itself versus the people. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fine. How about you? When you were in school, did you ever have anything crazy pop off like that?
Yeah, a student's father came in and beat up the principal.
Really?
Really?
Hold on. Which is not Spadoni?
This bauxite, you mean?
Huh?
I went to bauxite.
Oh, you went to Bauxite. Okay, well that explains it. Okay.
Right, but
No,
he hit him
I
over the head with a ceramic duck.
A ceramic duck,
Yep.
even?
Yep.
Did he bring the ceramic duck?
No,
or
it was
the
on
ceramic duck
it was on the
there?
principal's desk, and so from then on out, duck calls. That's all you heard in the hallways.
Oh, they duck called him to mess with
Oh
him.
yeah, because everyone didn't. No one.
How much longer did that principal
A
last?
couple years.
Yeah, he probably couldn't take that anymore.
I think there were other reasons, but
I'm sure there were.
But I was an office worker too, and people would. We had a door that didn't have a window, which is odd, but
Yeah.
people would open the door and then throw in those little rubber duckies.
Oh no!
It was brutal.
This
but it
poor
was,
bastard.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, why was the guy? Did you know why he was mad at the principal?
So two students were smoking pot in the bathroom,
Yeah,
and
sounds right.
yeah, and they tested them for I don't know why they caught them red-handed, but one kid tested negative, but they both got suspended no matter what. So the father went up there to kick his butt.
Oh, he was mad because his kid got
Yeah, but
suspended.
he was
Even though the kid probably told him, no, I didn't do it. And then he didn't test positive, but he probably only hit it a couple times. It's probably a trace amount, so it's not going to really register in there, especially if you drink enough water.
It's almost like you know the recipe to a clean system. There.
I don't know anything about that, bro. I just said something. But anyway, let's move on here. A man suspected of fatally stabbing his wife Tuesday in Portage Park had already been facing charges for choking and attempting to kidnap her last month. But it was released on GPS monitoring. How'd that work out? How did that? It never works out. Hours after the Tuesday stabbing, the suspect, 57-year-old Constantine Beldy, was found dead inside a car a block away. Beldy and his wife, Lacrimora, 54, were formally identified Wednesday by Cook County Medical Examiner. An off-duty detective witnessed the stabbing at 2:25 and suffered a gunshot wound while trying to intervene. The detective fired shots in the suspect's direction and suffered a graze wound while trying to stop him. Lacrimora died at the scene. The detective was being treated at Lutheran General for injuries that were not thought to be life-threatening, man. You know, it's terrible because if you ever watch the ID channel, and trust me, that's one of Laura, at least it was for a year. I think during the pandemic, I saw more stories about murder, mayhem, kidnapping, death than I have in my entire life. Like I started to feel like something's wrong with me, you know? So I'm like, oh, let's watch this one. It looks really bad. You know, like what am I trying to watch that? You know, but on the ID channel, you see it over and over again where these guys will get these restraining orders and they never work. It doesn't work, you know? And
It's a piece of paper.
yeah, it's just a piece of paper. And, or you see these ladies that, you know, they'll go to the police and there's not enough.
Right.
You know, and then next thing you know, she ends up dead or severely injured. And I don't know how you bridge that gap, but having watched the ID channel as much as I have, I know there is a gap there and it needs to be bridged.
I don't know. It's just scary to be a female. It's truly. We're always on guard. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably true in a
It is.
manner of speaking,
It is.
you know.
You
I mean,
can't
I'm a
even-
pretty guy and I feel on guard. So
It's just, we're just vulnerable. Most of us.
yeah, no, it is true, you know, because when, for example, if you pull up here at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, like I do, and it's dark and you're in the backside of North Little Rock off Broadway, way back here,
Right.
it's super creepy.
It is.
Honestly, like I've had
It's
people
creepy
pull
in
up
the
outside.
daytime.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's not. I've had people pull up and call me, am I at the right place? You know, yes, you are. Does it look real creepy and dark? Yeah, you're here.
Yep.
But I don't really worry that much about it. You know I look around and if I don't see anybody, I just get out and walk up and use my key. However, if I were Marla or Laura or a female, it might be terrifying to me.
Yeah.
Because you again, the ID channel's there for a reason because guys, you know, people do crazy stuff.
It's just even walking across a parking lot during the day at a store. You have to be on guard.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
And-
what
No,
and
the first
I don't
thing-
want to be I don't want to intrude here,
No.
but I do want to kind of walk down the street just a second and ask, have you had something that color textured your feeling about that when you were younger, or is this just a natural instinctive way?
I think it's
Have you had people try to in parking lots or things where they, you know, try to grab or anything like that?
You always get the comments.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, clearly you're always going to get that for sure.
No, it's gross. And I was assaulted when I was young,
Mm-hmm.
and
So that textured some
it
of.
does because it was I was taken from I was being driven home from a place where some guys had held me down and lifted my shirt up.
Yeah, that's
on the ground.
horrible.
It
by
was
the way.
horrible.
That's
and I was,
horrible.
like,
I'm
14.
sorry that happened.
Thank you. And so a guy said, "I'll drive you home." And so he drives me home, past my home, says, "This your house?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he keeps going. And he takes me out to the country, to a cemetery, way out, and says,
yeah,
"Put out or walk home."
yeah.
So, and
That's
I-
horrible, by the way.
It
And what a
is.
piece of shit that guy is.
yeah,
I hope he got
yeah,
what's
Brian
coming
Jones,
to him.
you suck.
Brian, you're a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
you are.
Still a piece of shit.
Yeah, but it's just that we are always, because we're weaker. And I don't want to put women down because I know there's some that really work out, but men can overpower you way more.
look, I
And
mean,
you're just always on guard.
I know we're in a new era and a new universe
No,
where
it's
everybody
just
wants
true.
to be equal, but from a physical standpoint, there's no
Yep.
scientifically there's a dramatic difference between the strength in a male body and a female body. Now you may be able to work out and overcome some of that,
Right.
but ultimately
And it
a
just,
man's going to overpower a woman 90%
just
of the
depending
time.
on, like some scrawny little dude, no, I can take him. But some big bear guy pulls you in.
No, what are you going to do? I mean, look at the guy that came in that's 6'8". You know, what are you going to do with it? You know, Chad? I mean, this guy right here. I mean, shit. I mean, he might pull me in the vehicle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just, I think I'm always on guard
Yeah. No,
because I'm not going to be a victim ever
no, I can
again.
understand that. No, and you know, I appreciate the spirit that you have, and I appreciate that. You know, you've overcome a lot of that, but thank you for sharing that. That's a real difficult share, and I'm thankful that you did that. That's
You're
awesome.
welcome.
Congratulations to
Thank
you
you.
for being an awesome human being. All right, everybody. So let's move on to something different. I did say at the end of the show I wanted to give an opportunity, Rich, for you guys to kind of demonstrate a little bit of some of the.
What we do?
Yeah, a little bit of the training stuff.
I mean, I brought my gloves. I thought you were going to do
Well,
it.
I don't mind doing something too.
All right.
But
We'll
let's
do
just
it.
show 'em
I'll
first,
do
and
it.
I'll do it.
I'll do
Marla
it.
says she'll do it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
We can all do it.
Somebody has to control the camera, Rich. That's going to be me.
That's gonna be.
Yeah, and that's how I like it. Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can.
You want to do something too, Mark?
I will.
All right, bet. Throw a couple.
All right, let's see if I can just move.
Borrow the gloves.
this a little bit.
I guess
that
what you want us to
way.
do over by the wall.
Look at the camera.
Oh. Okay.
There you. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There's the Wheel of Pain, by the
There
way.
it is.
The future Wheel of Pain.
Yeah, we can just set it over here, whatever you want to do
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Nobody can see you, Rich.
there.
Okay. So
What you want to do?
I don't know. You tell me. What you do? You know, to show them some of
Right
this.
now is going to be a little demonstration of what anyone can do in about 2 or 3 days with me.
Okay. Okay.
So, with like if you're right or left-handed, I always ask people, get in your stance. Right hand's always going to be the right foot back, the left foot forward. Boxing, we have a slight bend in the knees always. Hands up, elbows in tight. And before I even work any technique, this is something I do with anyone just to see what they're at with punches.
Okay.
I'll always tell them, I'm acting like Rich, I'm acting like this is your first day.
Right.
I'll go and show, hey, look, this is my jab, this is my 2, cross, got 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I tell them, don't think of the form, just throw them. I'm going to call numbers. So with Rich, we're going to go jab, go 2, go 3, 4, 5, 6, just going through the flow, and then, okay, Rich, no punches, just moving, slipping, rolling. That's good. And then we actually add some punches in there. Slip, punch, same thing other way. We roll underneath them. And then, when, this is
That's dope, and it makes a
second,
good
third
sound
day,
too.
They get these down. We start going boom, jab, 1, 2. We'll add a pivot in there. We add footwork always, and then we flow around 1, 1, 2.
Man, you can see where that'd be a workout for sure, man. I mean, that's going to get you going.
2.
Look, Rich might stroke somebody up. Pause.
I'm telling you, he's got some drive with it.
No, he does. He does.
And then it's all about you're keeping the core, everything just moving. We're just moving at all
Yeah.
times, learning balance.
So it does.
Who's up
You know,
next?
just watching the. Okay, Marla wants to try it real quick. We'll let Marla go do this before we leave. I'll stay just a little longer so we can watch Marla throw down. Because Marla, trust me when I tell you, Marla's got something in there she needs to work out.
Careful
You
there,
understand
Patrick.
what I'm saying? She's got some anger in there. She might be the next MMA superstar for all I know. She's tough.
Now, see, you don't want to make me too angry, Patrick.
Oh no, I see that now, Rich. You're very intimidating.
Now let's just throw a check. Would be your left hand. Strong. Again. Cross.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I told you she had
We
something
get
in there.
Marla
Look.
in there, she's going to be a beast. Let's
Oh
do a
look,
3.
she
We'll
wants
do
to
this.
go now. She's go time.
You ready?
Good. And put it 1, 2, and then 3.
Yeah, you can see, man. This would be excellent. Also, if you're a female and you're, what Marla was talking about, where you
want
have
some
that feeling,
self-defense?
man. This is
Absolutely.
some great stuff for that. So, well, listen, we do have to go. I'm gonna let them keep going, but here, let me get back to this.
Yeah.
Hold on, and there we go. Hey, thank you guys so much. You are awesome. We are so thankful that you keep tuning in and keep sharing us and spreading the word. Just keep doing it. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll
Have
see
a good
you
one,
soon.
y'all.